enjoy the fun, chatting with interesting people while styling while we run. It's Kickin in Crocs. We're kicking in Crocs.
Howdy.
Yeah.
Welcome to Kickin and Crocs, the podcast. We talk about martial arts stuff, geeky
Home
stuff,
Depot.
and Home Depot.
NASCAR.
NASCAR.
Buc-ee's.
My name is Steve. 1/3 of Kickin and Crocs.
Ironically, we have talked about Buc-ee's quite a bit in
Yes.
this podcast.
Yeah, talked about buckets before, yeah.
And,
Who are you?
And Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. Back to its
Howdy,
roots.
man.
Back to its roots.
Stay focused. We're still in the intro.
Yeah, there you go. A cracker leaning
I'm
on
Dave.
a barrel.
The other third of Kickin and Crocs.
And I'm Nick, the final third, not in theme. What's up, everybody?
Well,
That's dumb.
that darn
Well,
takes me out of my element.
Takes me out of my element.
Oh,
too, if
wow.
I'm being
Do
perfectly
not do
honest.
voices.
So,
you
we
don't
have a
like
guest.
my Western accent?
Not even a little. Leave the voice to Steve.
We have a guest
have-
with us today.
When you have a distinct voice, you can't do accents.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It
You,
doesn't
you
work.
have a, I told you,
okay.
you have a
That's okay.
70-year-old female smoker's voice. That is your voice. Leave
Who
it
is
there.
this person
Own it.
next to me?
I should
I
have been the
reckon-
guy from Blazing Saddles.
You should have been.
That
the
should
guy
have
from
been-
Blazing Saddles.
that
Anyway,
should
so
have been
who is this
yeah.
guy? Well, we've realized that for the past 2 years, we've had good old Mike Shannon as our guest on Halloween time. So we're
keeping it
we're
going.
keeping it going.
We're
We're doing
rolling
it again.
with
We
it.
got Mike Shannon here with us today, everybody.
Third Halloween in a row.
Third Halloween.
Well,
Wow.
yeehaw, Michael.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Ride 'em, cowboy.
Proud cowboy.
So I guess it was obviously your cowboy themed. I'm mostly out
Yes.
of my costume now.
Yes, we did some cowboy theme because we just got back from our
I didn't
trunk
wear this
retreat from
hat
the school.
On top of,
Oh, you know how it is? This is kind of like a progression to the cowboy outfit, right? So I have none. You have a little bit. He adds and has a bandana, and Steve's got the full outfit with the underpriced boots.
Wait, why don't you?
Wonderful addition.
Take
show
one
the-
off. Take one off.
Yes.
Take one
Take
off.
it
Show it
off.
to the camera.
Okay.
Take
Take it off. Take it off.
That'll be
Okay, just so you know, we're
$5.99
getting
for
those.
this.
Yes, we're getting those. We have gotten those weird comments telling us to take off our Crocs and socks, and they want.
Oh, that was
pics
it
and
Rob,
all that.
right? Had that one person that loved
That's
it.
extras.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's gonna be the premium membership. Anyways, so here we are. I got myself for our cowboy themed trunk or treat at the school, the karate school, the Crocs cowboy boots that we have we mentioned before in the past. I believe what was it earlier this year or last year?
Every year.
I think we talked about it a couple
Yeah.
times.
Talked about it
They
a
look
couple
good,
times, right?
man.
Yeah, they look.
Yeah,
I
these
mean,
were,
you have to adopt a full-on cowboy persona now for the rest of your days.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Well, for one thing, obviously these were a limited edition, so they did end up being obviously sold out by the time we got to here. They haven't been sold in many months.
If you were
So
to
we
be a
got to-
cowboy
Yes.
for a day for every dollar you spend on those,
Yes.
how many days would that be?
Just shy of a
I was
year.
getting to that.
Just shy of a year.
I was getting to that, good sir. So I had to go on eBay or whatever other flipping websites to try to find them, because obviously people will buy them and then try to sell them again at a higher price.
None of
for
whom
more.
are cowboys. Continue.
So I'm looking for my size.
You didn't ask me.
No, I did not ask him, because there was one thing. There were several things I took into account when I saw how much these things cost. One,
All his life decisions.
is it worth getting these? Right, because I know that Master Dave liked them and is not allowed to have them, but now I can have them. So is it worth that? Yes. We're doing cowboy theme for the trunk or treat. So does that make it worth it? Yes. Do we have a social media page called Kickin and Crocs where I can use them multiple times in
No.
our content? Yes.
Just one time.
So checking off all those boxes, I was like, all right, yeah, I'll go ahead and drop $300 on these. I'll do it. So yeah, I got them, and that's the thing is there were other ones, but they were not in my size. So if you're looking them up right now, you need to make sure
Every
they're
man
the
needs
upper
a hobby.
size. You're darn tootin' there, Mike Shannon.
He's still looking for his.
Mike Shannon. What's
Okay.
what's the most?
I can get-
what's
I
the
can get-
highest
I hate
purchase
to say
you've
this.
I
made?
can get my size for $227.
On
Am I your
shoes?
size, sir?
Yes.
What
Or
size
in
you need?
general?
What size are you?
in general?
What size
you
you?
in
I'm
those?
size 8. in
Size
Crocs.
8, $296.
The-
300.
Size 9, $243.
I don't think I've spent more than $50 for a shoe. I'm a Vans guy.
Yeah, I know. You're a
So,
simple.
like,
I do
I
like
mean,
Vans.
actually,
I do like
okay,
Vans, actually.
If you count like sneakers, I've definitely spent like over $100 for sneakers because like
Those
if you-
count.
sneakers get
Anything that
expensive.
goes on your feet.
Yeah, because
So-
like for running and stuff, you need a good pair of running shoes.
Well, my running shoes are. What's that?
Shadow half.
Yes.
Yeah, Emma,
My
would,
running
Emma
my-
would kill him for anything less.
I will
says the
say
Shadow
my
Half.
running shoes are probably the most expensive shoes I own.
Yeah,
For sure.
which Emma is actually getting a lot of
Yes.
hype from shoe companies.
Yes, Pretty Girl
because
has an
her
Instagram
friend
account.
Dana works at Outpost Running in Little Silver, I think it is. I'm not sure. I'm like 99% sure it's technically
I'm not
Little Silver.
5'3" blonde female in my 20s with
Yeah,
abs.
runs her own
So,
fitness and yoga
I'm
classes
sorry,
and
buddy.
runs.
Some of us can't be like, smile, here's free shoes.
She's gonna love that.
By the way, Dave, you almost had it. You keep practicing that move.
I still have to do my Livy Dunn poses.
I know we're waiting. I am
Did you
waiting.
hear about that?
No.
So
what?
Livy Dunn did a Crocs ad. She did a whole bunch of different like gym, obviously poses.
Who's that?
In the Crocs. Livy
Oh,
Dunn.
isn't she like a?
She's like the famous gymnast from LSU.
Yeah. Okay.
So she did like provocative,
famous.
not like
like Sports
inappropriate, but like,
Illustrated provocative, or like
No.
somewhat the look.
even.
Somewhat. So we wanted Dave to copy the exact outfits. I mean, like
Okay.
underwear and a
Exact
t-shirt,
stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
and then like troll her by like tagging her in it.
That's yeah.
Who done it better? Anyways,
So anyway, Emma free shoes.
Emma Free Shoes.
Yeah, she
That's her new name. I love it.
what's the brand?
Had
I think it's
What's up, Emma Free
Ons?
Shoes?
Yeah,
Ons. I think she just did
I've heard of
with
it.
Ons,
Just
and
Emma
she's been
Freebie.
getting a few free. She just got a free pair of carbon plated
Ooh,
running shoes.
yeah.
Sorry, what?
And yeah, and apparently they're really. I know
Carbon
that was a
plated
thing.
makes you move
Yeah, and she said she did a run with them, and she was running like.
like 10 times faster.
Yeah, she was doing like high 6, low 7 paces for like 15 miles.
Well, the
Whoa.
carbon. Yeah,
Yo,
because-
she was zooming.
Yeah, because carbon shoes. So when they first came out, you weren't allowed to use them if you're a professional. Because
Okay.
what they do is they spring you forward.
Oh wow.
So it actually launches you forward. So you
That
can
is
shave quite a bit of time, and it takes the fatigue off your leg like nobody's business.
Are they allowed to wear them now?
I don't know if professionals are. Cal, so professionals allowed to wear carbon plated shoes still? They're allowed to now, because originally they weren't.
So now
right?
everybody wears them.
Everybody wears them. They're expensive as anything.
Wow.
But they
Yeah, they're like
propel you
$200-300
forward.
pair of shoes. Like,
Who would spend that kind of money on shoes?
Wait, say that again?
And mine are way
Man, it's
better.
cool.
Do those spring you forward when you walk?
Do you know how much these guys spring me? They give me so much spring. They give me a spur. Got a spur.
That is true. You
So,
do.
yeah, but the carbon plated shoes will add. Well, they make you
That's really cool.
make you move.
That's
yeah,
cool.
so
So you tell me I have to get a pair for Nicole.
It became a craze. It became a craze for a little bit when it first came out.
She's gonna have to recommend me because I'll get some for Nicole.
There's
yeah, she
almost
they're
every company
great.
has a pair now.
No, but I'll take the recommendation from someone who's actively wearing them right now.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's female and blonde. Nicole's not, but still female, not blonde.
Emma was telling me Nicole and her were bonding at the wedding.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was adorable. I was like, she was like, oh yeah, I'm really like one of them. I'm like, yeah.
Really like.
You're like, sure.
one of them.
No,
No,
Nicole
but
really.
actually, like yeah.
Nicole really gets along with the
Really?
circle. Yeah,
She gets
100%.
along with
it's a
Kelsey.
cool feeling.
100%. Kelsey
She tries to steal Kelsey. From
Listen,
me
you
all the
complain
time.
she doesn't call her. Then she pays attention. You complain she pays attention.
No,
Oh
no,
my
no, no.
gosh.
I'm like, oh, let me take a picture with my wife at this wedding. No, get off of her. She's mine. I was like, oh my god.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
And she's like, you're so possessive. I was like, it's my wife. We're at a wedding. I'd like a picture with her. That's okay with
Okay,
you.
you need a
Nicole.
whole one picture. Come on.
Does Emma like anybody else, or is it just Nicole?
No, everybody.
She likes Mike too, apparently.
A little bit.
It's on the rocks, but she likes
Yeah, I
it.
have a friend that wears the carbon
loves
plated shoes too, but I don't like ons. I've run an ons. We have Kelsey and I have ons. Before I don't like them for running, but they're very stylish for walking and moving, and like they're not my favorite running shoes.
I think she's.
But none of these are
using-
Crocs that you're talking about right now, so you have to just be very careful.
Facts.
This is
You
a
know, I
very
lose track
thin line
because
we're
there are
walking.
so many different shoes.
Yes,
Once we're
Everybody's
sponsored,
liking
I don't want to
these.
hear
That's
this.
it. Yeah, I can't
But,
talk about anything.
right
I
now
know
it's still
she
free
used
zone, so-
Hoka's for a pretty good amount of
I
time.
we use ultras. That's my favorite right now.
Steve, do you want me to kick up the lights, by the way?
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
keep it dim for
please.
Halloween.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
actually,
spooky
that's not a
season.
Bad idea.
Editing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Halloween,
I'm fine with it.
baby.
It'll be all right.
I'm
Deal
fine
with
with it.
It'll be all right for one episode.
I don't have to deal with it. He's the one that edits.
It'll be
I
all
just.
right. It'll be all right for one
I
episode.
told you this is driving Miss Daisy. He does all the driving. We're Miss Daisy. We're just gonna hang out, chat, relax.
That's the first time I've been Miss
It's
Daisy.
nice.
So, anyways, Mike
Yes.
says
It's
that
good cider.
he has some opinions of his own on the discussion that we had last episode about the
yes,
games,
yes.
the first
Well,
person shooters
I know we
versus
talked
the
about
RPGs.
this another time that I was on, so
Yeah, we did.
I didn't want to spend
You wanna
like,
belabor it,
too
but they're all the
time-
same.
belabor it, but I was watching. I'm like, they're not the same though.
They're all the same.
They're not the same.
It's so fun. It's so
So
interesting. when
you're
you
on
talk-
my you're in my.
It's so
court. They're
interesting,
not.
like
So
hardcore gamers when you talk to them, because like you're like, no, they're not the same. I go to this, but if you talk to Terry Burns Dyson, who's a hardcore gamer, he's like, they're all the same.
he knows nothing.
I guess it's a matter of opinion then, huh?
So
It is.
no,
Mike's
it
a hardcore
depends.
gamer, too.
So it
Yep.
That's why I said so
Yeah.
interested when you talk
Mike.
to hardcore gamers.
They have,
Have you
yeah,
played
He's
Doom?
not listening to what I
Okay.
just said.
Have you
Here's-
played Doom?
Yes, amazing.
Awesome.
Been playing Doom since I was like 4.
But the newer,
But-
you think you like the newer ones, though? I'm saying.
oh yeah, they're
I haven't played
killer.
Dark Age.
The Dark Ages or whatever.
I don't
But
want
did
it.
you
With
watch
shield?
the Doom movie with Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Ew! Don't even
Stop
bring
it!
that
How dare
up.
you? You're the
I
worst.
saw it in
I
theaters.
like the two.
So the
I'm
only
sorry.
thing-
You'll
saw
never
it
get that
in
money
theaters.
back.
The
I'm
only
sorry for
thing
the
I
2
will
seconds of
say-
the first-person shooter. I like that part of it.
The only thing I will say is that the same way RPGs are different, the same way you have ARPGs, MMORPGs, etc. The RPG element typically remains the same.
No.
There's no. Let me finish my take.
No, you give
Let me
him
finish my
his
take.
opinion now.
The
Cut off
framework,
his mic.
the skeleton of what an RPG is still there. You have a character, you level up, you have skills of some kind, you progress. There is a set form of progression, looting, etc. that happens.
And discovery.
However,
yep.
they are not all the same. Most MMOs are the same. Most ARPGs are the same. However, they are all still RPGs and use that as a vessel in
Let 'em
their
finish, let 'em
own
finish.
unique experience. All first-person shooters, or just a general FPS game, something like, Call of Duty,
Mm-hmm.
Doom, Halo, whatever, anything that's considered an FPS, sure, it has that same
3D feel. Yep.
framework, that same
Uh-huh.
skeleton.
I know where you're going.
However,
Right, sorry.
there are
And it's correct.
extremely different ways that those are conveyed. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that they stole elements.
No.
From-
They
from
did steal
RPGs,
elements from RPGs,
which
which is fine.
some did.
I don't care about
I
that.
feel like
but
all games steal from each other now.
no, which is fine. But the
Unfortunately, yes.
general,
Were you done?
but
Pretty
the
much.
general game mechanics,
So that
the,
just
gen-
so
the
we know.
general,
No, I'm
not the
arguing.
framework,
So that was your opinion. This is your opinion.
the general
None are facts.
frame mechanics, as in, i.e., the fighting system, is the same in almost every one of them. Whereas the general game mechanics in most RPGs is not the same. How you engage in battle, what you do, totally different.
I could counter that because that is technically not true. So in the same way, so basically what you're saying, let's take an RPG example, right? Let's say you're playing something like Skyrim. Skyrim is an RPG. You can play first or third person.
Yeah.
However, mostly third person, I would say. First person's cool.
I actually like the first person.
But it's actually really cool. However, you're playing in a combat system where if you're swinging a sword, you have to hit your enemy. You're actually swinging that sword. You're engaged in what feels like an actual
Yeah, distance
fight,
matters.
right?
Yep.
So
Situation
there's a lot
matters.
of elements to take into account. If you play a different RPG, something like a turn-based RPG, you're using
JRPGs are usually turn-based.
it's almost like virtual D&D. It's like virtual
Right.
dice rolls, right? That's a similar concept over in FPSs. If you play something like Counter-Strike or like an arcade shooter like Halo or anything else that involves some type of arcade shooter element where it's basically a point and click that your bullet is going to go and it does a set amount of damage because it's a video game and it needs to be balanced, sure. But there are tons of other FPSs where your combat is completely different. It is completely different. You have games like that are super hardcore, like
Destiny.
like Escape. Well, no, there's a game called Escape from Tarkov where everything down to the last bullet that you're using
Matters.
is accounted for, and the areas of your body, like you will customize your character with what type of body armor you would like, what type of helmet you would like, and it's to the point where if you need to fight different, it's not just like a point and click. You need to
Right.
go shoot this guy. If you're wearing a body armor that doesn't
They
cover,
do
You
have
gotta
di-
attack
from
they,
there
they,
down.
they
Hands
do
and
have
neck,
they
yeah.
do have
You know.
different elements to them, but I think for the vast majority of what catches on, they're all basically the same.
But what catches on versus what the games are made of are two different
but I
things,
mean,
right?
in
'Cause if you
general-
talk about popular
No,
just-
but
RPGs,
I mean, I just
At the
you're
end of the
going to
day,
get.
I just had to say my piece because
for
I do agree
for
the
me in
frameworks are the same.
general, first-person shooters are
'Cause
like
I
a dime
agree.
a dozen.
But you also don't like first-person shooters.
Yeah,
so
because
that's
they're a
tough.
dime a dozen.
No.
I mean, I
you just
started
don't
off
like
on
them.
Doom like every kid my age.
Okay.
I just wanted to say
When
my piece
Doom
on
was
it when I
alone,
listening
I
to
loved
it,
Doom.
But I agree in the sense that the framework for just about all genres of games are pretty much the same.
But when I was a kid, so if I go back to like when I was a kid, right? Doom, love Doom. Started out after I started.
but
With,
when you and I
after I
were a
started out with
kid,
I started out with Castle Wolfenstein.
But when you
Right.
and I were kids,
that
everything was
is
out for the
probably
first
one of
time.
my-
So the
Right, no,
experiences were
I
easier.
I understand
Because there was
but
low
like,
competition.
But then you could play. I played like several different titles of different JRPGs, different platformers, which are mostly the same, but there was like little tweaks on them. But then you had Castle Wolfenstein, Doom, Duke Nukem 3D.
Love it.
But they
great
were
game.
all essentially very much the same. Like you can sit and play it almost
yeah, all of
exactly
them
the
were
same.
Wolfenstein copies because
Yeah.
that was the first one to come
But
around.
for a
Exactly.
long time, that's all first-person shooters
Yeah,
were. And you're
very
like,
similar to
I had
side-scrolling, though.
cowboy
They
hat.
were all the Mario, like, leveling
Well,
up
that
and
was
down
also
and
at a
whatever,
time. That was another thing
concept.
that I thought of when I was listening to you guys was like, that was also at a time where technology could only bring things so far. Like everybody had an imagination, and I bet you back then, if you had the available resources to
wild
do what's
stuff.
available now,
Oh.
you would have had completely different things. But there's numerous, not even just FPSs that were copies of one another.
It's great
back
if
then.
people like FPSs. I think they're still, you'll never convince me. I think if you sit the average person down for 10 minutes, here you go, they can figure out the controls of an FPS like that. That's my
I
take
still
on it.
don't
Yes, there's
think-
nuances.
The controls,
Yes,
I
there's
see
what you're
nuances,
saying.
But the controls are identical.
Yeah, but controls
Here,
versus
aim,
being good at
click
the
button.
game are two
Here,
different things,
aim,
though.
click button.
But my question,
Here,
but
aim,
okay,
click button.
well, but
I still
in,
don't
in
think-
the same
I
I
sense.
still don't think your role playing games are that difficult to figure. I've never had.
I will
full
sit you. I will sit you
challenges.
down in front of Final Fantasy 11 and say, figure it out.
Fine.
But
Good
you could,
luck.
But you could say
Doesn't mean
that
I'm going to
about,
beat the
about
game.
almost.
No.
But it means I'll be
You
able to
could-
navigate the map.
You could say that about
Not
almost
really.
any first-person game, not even just a first-person shooter. Like if the basis is just, well, I could sit you down and you could figure out how to move and stuff.
you
that
walk
doesn't
straight,
mean you have
use
the
the
game
controller to look
figured
around.
Not how to move, but like not just how
But
to
that's
move,
what
but
you're
like
saying.
how to
Controls.
win your first battle. Here's your control. Like you will figure it out right quick. Nobody's like picking up like Destiny. When I picked up Destiny, I wasn't like, I have no idea what to do right now. I was like, oh, this is easy.
I
No,
did.
look,
But that's
bad
but
guy,
that's an
fire.
example.
But it's
that's
I
an
had no idea
example
what to
of
do.
so what you're talking about is like a general arcade shooter. If you haven't gone out there and played,
Well, I don't think Destiny
more-
was a general arcade shooter.
It's-
it's,
but it
it's,
starts
more
like
of a,
one.
it's more of a shooter RPG.
if
But-
we talk about like full on like Rainbow Six style, where you're like, okay, I
there's-
have to
there's
tactically
things-
snipe somebody.
well,
and,
no,
like,
well, there's
okay, I can still figure it out. I played Rainbow Six. It didn't take me 2 years to figure out how to like.
Yeah,
Oh,
there-
okay. So now I have to be a little bit more subtle in my point and click.
okay. So for example, a game like did
click,
you ever hear
go.
of Daisy?
No.
Okay, this is a good example. Daisy, fantastic game. This was a huge craze when I was in early high school. When like the
Oh
big,
God, I was like,
the big,
I've
well, the
never
big,
played it because I was working in
big-
so.
yeah, right.
at my
But the
retirement
big
fund.
YouTube, this was like when YouTube like really took off and like gaming videos
Yeah.
became a thing, right? So it started off as a mod, ended up becoming a actual game.
Fun, I love when
The
that happens.
whole idea is just survive. You're placed on an island, massive, like 1-to-1 scale. Like it will take you like
Is it like that
unreal amount of-
dinosaur game? I forgot what it's called, but the one where you
or-
yes, which
so-
is insanely
okay,
difficult.
similar,
Oh, so difficult.
but not really. So you don't really build much or anything. You're
Mm.
just picture like The Walking Dead. Okay, there's this island. There's zombies.
Yeah.
There was this outbreak, and you're just a guy on the island, and you just gotta survive. And it will take you sometimes in real life hours to travel.
Yeah.
Like it's like a 1-to-1 scale. Like a kilometer is a kilometer. Like
Oof.
it's like humongous.
Yeah.
And
There's
the-
definitely
games
didn't
like
have time for
that.
that. Oh, no,
There's
I
games
know.
like
I
that.
can't
and the
stand
whole
them.
thing, but it's really,
'Cause I don't
it's
have the
really
time for 'em.
entertaining
Yeah.
to watch people because it was so difficult and there were so many elements that like you had to find food. You needed to find shelter. You needed to find
That was
equipment.
art.
You're-
You
Same
needed
thing.
to find all of
You're
these
definitely
things.
for the generation though that grew up watching people play video games, where that wasn't really a thing.
That
we
wasn't
did.
a thing for me until
Yeah,
I was like well into
You
high
missed
school.
couch
though.
co-op, Mike.
No, I didn't, because that wasn't really a thing until like
What wasn't a thing?
watching people play video games.
But what was couch?
I was
but
well into
Yeah. So what was your couch co-op?
what was your couch co-op though?
N64 and GameCube, PS1
All right,
and PS2.
I'll give you N64. That's a good game. That's you know,
GoldenEye is not
GoldenEye
N64,
was
is that
yes, that was
GoldenEye was
N64.
N64. Yep.
That was
So
that
what
was
were
their
you,
big.
solid 7
we
years
call
old
it like
playing
well when I was like
8 years old?
4.
Gold.
I think I was 4 or 5 when the
Playing
GameCube came
GoldenEye?
out. Oh yeah, but
At
my
4 years old?
My first, I was
But
3
you have to
years
remember,
old.
most people's first systems. Well, most of these guys' first systems are N64s or.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying 4
That's
years
how
old
it pretty
playing
much happened.
GoldenEye. Where
And
were your parents? I just,
My
They were
first
playing with it.
console was
Probably,
an
no, seriously.
N64 that was
But
a
there's no real
hand-me-down,
blood in GoldenEye.
and my first actual
you're
console
still
that was
pointing a gun
bought
at someone.
was a GameCube.
Right.
However,
Sorry.
my dad was a pretty big gamer growing up. He's a computer guy, so like
Oh, nice.
by like 3 years old, I was helping him build computers.
Yep. Same with me.
And
Yeah.
the first video game I have a memory playing was the original Diablo.
Ah.
I was playing
So,
Diablo 1.
I
and
played it
Diablo
too.
2,
was great.
I played
and-
a lot of obscure
I like the StarCraft type games. I love StarCraft.
real time.
Yep, there was some
real-time
of those.
strategy.
It was all of the, like
RTS.
you were saying, Wolfenstein.
okay.
It was all of the because
So
my dad
I
was
grew up.
into that
I grew
stuff.
up playing
Nice.
some like off like real like weird video games going because my dad would go to computer shows and there was always like computer. There was
Yeah.
always weird.
Yeah,
games
the
at computer
off-brand
shows.
games that were made by someone are great. Like made
Yeah.
by like
My-
you know,
I will say this.
a local
So to end
creator.
our little gaming conversation, I don't disrespect people that like first-person shooters. They're a valuable game. It's just, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
for me personally,
Mm-hmm.
I view them all the same. They bore me for the most part.
So maybe you got to throw
That's-
some of
but
these
that's
specialty
me.
examples out, though, Mike.
Yeah, because everybody.
that's
okay,
me.
When you say first-person shooter, everybody first thinks of Doom or Call of Duty or stuff. But
Yeah,
like
because those are the
nowadays,
generic
it's
ones,
so
yeah.
much more nuanced nowadays than it was back then. But
I'll give you that, but it's not my style of game.
which is
Therefore,
fine.
I'm
It's not for.
And also
you
the
gotta
pace-
you gotta
the pace
enjoy it.
is-
You gotta
but-
enjoy that.
but I
type
But
of
not only the
thing.
pace is very different.
But
Like,
I
if
will-
you don't
I
want
will
it
say-
constant, you know what I mean?
But I will say, like,
I do like
I
first-person
don't-
horror games, though.
people that enjoy.
Did you ever play Outlast?
I don't play horror
Say
games.
Yeah, I know.
don't
I
play
want to
horror
say
games.
yes. So the hotel? You're in the hotel?
No,
No.
maybe
Look up
I've played
Outlast.
Outlast.
If
No.
you're under the age of 17,
Do not look up
do
Outlast.
not
Yeah.
look that up.
Ignore this part of the call.
Call.
I love.
The
on a
podcast.
call?
I love horror.
Sorry.
I love
Who's in there?
horror movies, horror games.
I can't do it.
I couldn't. As somebody that loves it, I couldn't finish it.
You
I
know,
couldn't
Alex
get past
played it.
30 minutes.
Alex is very into
It
horror
was
games.
so terrifying. Also, it was like almost
long time
10,
ago.
a long
I was
time
gonna say,
ago
that's
when
a
I
long
played
time
that
ago.
because they made a second one too. It was one of the scariest pieces of media.
I couldn't make it
Actually,
through.
I'm sorry.
No, no.
Really funny story
don't do
about
horror.
a horror game.
Have you played Silent Hill yet?
Love Silent Hill.
Love it.
Love Silent
I had to
Hill.
play with the
Couldn't
lights on
play
with my
it.
buddy.
Couldn't play. I played the first
However,
couple minutes. Couldn't
It's
do it.
awesome.
There was
No.
this game
But it's creepy.
called.
That's
my
third person, right?
God,
Silent Hill's
what was
third
the
person.
name of
Third.
it? It had a weird name. It didn't have a horror name. It was called like. I'm really drawing a
What
blank.
was it about?
So
Yeah,
I
we
remember
can't
it
help you
came
right
out and you could just play it. You didn't have to buy it, and it came
Like
out.
most games, got it.
No, and you would download it. You would virtually. It was a free download.
What was the game about?
I'm trying to get to it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember it.
You
because
know, like
we used
every
to-
game from any game
So
store.
we
you
would
would
have-
load it on your PC.
Yes.
Then you would click on it twice.
No, I'm
and
sorry.
the game
I'm
would
sorry.
It would load.
No,
if you
because it was
hit
different.
The start menu, the game would begin.
It was different
then
because
you had
at
to
that
play
time
the game.
it wasn't like an announced thing. It
Right,
was. It
right.
just like got put on a virtual
No, okay, but
store.
tell us anything about the game
So you
whatsoever.
walked. Okay, so we used to sit down.
If you say we used to play it, I swear I'm going to throw my mic at you.
we would turn all the lights off, and the concept of this game, you were in a house, right? You press start. You're
You don't say.
in a hallway, right? And you go through what seems like a normal house.
You know what this sounds like right now? Like a virtual D&D. But go.
The whole thing was just like 3 or 4 turns down 3 different hallways, but it looked like a regular normal house. Like picture something like this.
Right.
You go down the hallway, you take a right, and you go down into like where the front door of the house is, where like the foyer is.
This is not the one where you have to like say someone's name as you're playing it to try to find them.
No. It's a single player game. That's what was weird about it. There was no advertisement. There was really no like big announcement about this, and it was just like boom, put out there as like, and it didn't have a horror name either. I can't remember what the heck.
So
it
you
was.
didn't make it up though.
What do you mean?
This actually
You
happened.
didn't dream it up. It
No,
was a
I
real
swear to
thing.
God, because ask Rob, because
So you're
Rob
gonna-
probably
Scooby-Doo it is.
Rob
Yeah,
was
exactly.
Rob was with me when
I
we
looked
used to
down
do
the
this when we
hallway
were
and people were
teenagers.
running to the doors.
Because
and
we
then-
would all sit and like shut the lights off because it was really spooky.
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
So you
I'd
go
leave.
down the next hallway,
Leave the
and then
Ouija
you
board
go
in front of
down
him
the
with the
third
controller on
hallway.
it.
It's like a square, a rectangle, and you go down again. You make another right, and then you go to the end of the door of the fourth turn, and it seems like you made it to the end, and then you close it and you open it, and you're right back to where you started.
Okay.
Right.
So you get the repeat.
But
move.
every time you repeat and you go through, it gets scarier and scarier, and things.
But is it
start
the
to
music?
change.
Is it
Everything? It goes from being completely normal to, hey, that's a little weird, to like completely terrifying. Like, but you just keep going through the same area over and over and over and over and over again.
Have you played Control yet?
No.
Okay. Not really horror, but third person. Try it out. I think you'll enjoy it. Pretty interesting.
That sounds cool.
Concept. The girl has. It's about a girl goes
Okay,
into an
was
agency.
it Deathloop? Was it The Stairway?
No.
Was it Cal?
What?
No,
No.
it's KAL.
Type in PS5. It was on
I thought
the
he said
or
cow.
PS4.
I was like, huh?
Yeah, was it? Yeah,
It was some
At
cow?
the end, you open the door.
Was
it's
it
just
just called
cow goes,
House?
"Moo."
Was it called House?
And then you open the door again, and it's a hammer.
um,
It's the worst.
Darn it. It was on a PlayStation. It was PS4.
Third person, first person,
First person.
But
And
wait
you
a
really-
minute. So
wasn't the house,
basically, you pulled the gun out
Outer
and it was a shooter,
Wilds,
right?
12
First person?
minutes,
So was no shooter?
The Forgotten City, Oxenfree, Life is Strange.
Strange.
Public Test. I think it was called Public Test.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that was it.
public test.
Type in like Public Test horror.
Was that how
game.
they advertise it? They called it public test.
But that was the thing. It was like that was made it a little weirder at the time too. It was just nobody heard of this game, and it was just some random icon, and it just said
Including the Outlast Trials, which is co-op horror game. The
So we're
Test.
trying hard to try to
No.
find this. Mike is hoping that's the name that he had when he was in this dream.
I'm really botching because
game.
because this was like over 10 years ago, like 12 years when we were like freshmen in
We'll
high school,
find
maybe.
it. But yes,
Favorite couch co-op game, Mike? Go.
Favorite couch co-op game?
I already know
Smash.
mine right now.
Smash Bros.
Nope.
Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart,
Boomerang Foo. Boom.
pretty different. What was that
Great.
called?
or like
Yeah,
one
'cause
of
you
the
play it
original
teams.
James
Yeah,
Bond
yeah.
games, like GoldenEye
And it's
or
6 people at the same
Nightfire.
time.
Like one of those were
Yes.
cool.
That is
Right?
pretty cool.
Is Smash 6 people? Right? You can do 6 people on Smash, right?
I think you do more.
more than 6,
More-
I think.
In the newer ones, in the original, it was 4.
Yeah, you could
No,
do.
but the one on the Switch.
Yes,
is
I
it
believe
6?
you could
Yeah,
do
you could do up to 8, I think.
8.
Oh, really?
Only
Because on
6
the on the
mine.
Wii, you could do up
something
to 8,
like that.
Could you not?
I lose
Maybe.
myself beyond
Yeah.
like
I
forget
4,
if
I get
Brawl
lost.
you could
I'm
do
not
8.
gonna lie.
One
So-
of them you could do 8.
To wrap up our gaming discussion,
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Because that's half an
no,
hour.
that's fine.
That's the point.
Wherever conversation goes, I respect all games. I just my personal preference. That's our wrapping up. Also, did anybody ever play the game Power Stone on Dreamcast?
Nope.
Anybody?
And I like the Dreamcast.
Go back and play Power
Was
Stone.
Crazy Taxi Dreamcast?
It might have been
Because
on.
one of the greatest games ever, Crazy Taxi.
So
Great.
did we
You
have
would
we
love
have we had topics before we got into our craziness today?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we
Mike
have a
did.
topic?
came in with topics.
Just say Mike.
He
Mike
had a
was
bunch
the
of
topic.
topics.
No, didn't I thought we had
Yeah,
topics?
he
the
was-
topic.
We did from last week.
Hooray.
From last
Oh,
week.
was
Go
that
into it.
last week?
No, but we didn't use it. We didn't get to them.
The baked Ziti Fumble.
What was that?
Best current Halloween movies.
Big Ziti Fumble. We could go over best current Halloween movies.
10.
That's
I don't know. I didn't write
Who
the
wrote
baked
Big
Ziti.
Ziti Fumble? Is that
Not
you?
me.
Oh, it is me. I can tell you guys about it. You want to hear? Sorry. I
I
didn't.
saw the
I
notes
gotta
today.
know
They
what
baked
this
Ziti
means.
Fumble.
No, you're not gonna.
Best
so,
current Halloween movies.
So we'll go into it.
So best current Halloween movies.
So we'll
No, let's
do the
we'll
big
do
Z fun.
All right, how long is the baked Ziti Fumble?
Seconds. It's not long. It's not
All right,
long.
go ahead.
Okay.
So we were throwing Isabella.
Drop Big Ziti. Okay, got it.
Got it. We're throwing Isabella's birthday party. Her friends were over.
Right.
And Nicole made Big Ziti in one of the half tins that you would put,
Yeah, like
under
an
the
aluminum
burner.
tray.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put it in the oven. Took it out. Put it on the stovetop. Now she's like, oh, the girls are ready to eat. I'm gonna put it back in to warm it up. Not remembering that on the stovetop we were still cooking in the stove. So on the stovetop it was still warm.
cooking.
So she goes, picks up, and you see, folds the whole thing. baked ziti all over the inside of the stove, lid,
Oh.
the stove, the floor. And she's looking at me, I'm looking at her. And her friend Anna's over, and we're just like, yeah.
Pizza.
So we're eating right. Yeah. Oh, no, she whipped up another one in like 2 seconds. It was awesome. But we ended up having to clean the entire stove. It leaked into the bottom tray.
Oh,
You
nice.
store it
Yeah, nice.
was. She did when she messes stuff up. She does it well because she doesn't do it often. So.
That's the
it's
big
all or
Ziti
nothing.
fumble.
That's it. That was the big
So-
CD fumble. So maybe be careful if you're using one of those metal
Had she
tins.
been closer to Emma, she probably would have pulled that. Emma knows how to.
Or she would have done it in a
manipulate.
way where she would have got a sponsorship for baked CDs. Something like that.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we keep saying we're gonna get Emma on the podcast. We keep ending up with this
Well,
guy.
I know I was talking about that,
The B prize.
and I figured because
She's too big for
I've
us.
been
Yeah. She's way
my
too popular.
sponsors,
Yes.
my sponsors tell me I'm not allowed. To do
Yeah. I can't do
she has a
anybody under.
contract.
I can't do anybody under 100,000
But
subscribers.
I'd love to have you guys over our place, and when you guys come over,
So
we
invite us over.
No, yeah, I know. I
This is him
definitely
doing
want
that right now.
Our problem lately has been conflicting schedules. Like we're rarely home at the same
We
time.
don't
But
need
he,
you
you know,
there.
I was just gonna say we don't.
I
What's
know.
her schedule?
Yeah, we'll plan something like on a weekend maybe if you guys are free on like a
Yes.
Saturday
So
evening
you
or
asked the
something.
best
or like a
horror
Sunday.
movies, best Halloween,
Best
was me.
Halloween movie.
Kurt, Halloween movies. Was that you?
Yeah, best Halloween.
Oh, so
movies.
these are both
That's-
your notes.
Yep.
So
from
when
last
I
week.
said
No,
show
we
notes,
have
you
topics.
last
we don't
week.
have
said
any
no.
topics.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So you know what I watched with Luca actually today?
No, I don't. Tell us.
Alien versus
Belly button.
So Luca.
Scratching.
So my family not into horror movies at all.
No, me either.
But Luca does like aliens for some reason from the video game Mortal Kombat. That was one of the characters, it being an alien.
The xenomorphia.
So he likes his
The
xenomorph.
original aliens.
The original
creepy.
aliens were pretty
Alien
scary.
and then
No.
aliens.
But Alien versus Predator is not. It
No,
takes
it's
all the
campy and
creepiness
weird.
out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Very campy. So I'm like, this is his intro into Aliens. Is going to be Alien versus Predator because it's not creepy. There's no like shock horror in
Right.
it.
Okay. I wouldn't
He
call that a
thought-
Halloween movie, but okay.
Yeah, you have horror characters in
I
it.
guess.
Right.
Anything scary.
There you go.
Thriller,
So he enjoyed
horror.
it. Again, I still wouldn't say anybody under the age of like 10.
That's
Parent,
pushing it,
that
but
that
yeah,
might be too
parent
much.
discretion.
Right?
Yeah.
12 maybe. Yeah,
12.
Parent discretion.
Yeah, 100%
PG-13.
Yeah,
discretion,
PG-13. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's I mean it's intense. There's killing in it. There's guns in it. There's monsters in it. So, you know, the older the better. But it was fun. He thought it was a good idea. It was a good time. There was non-funny funny parts in it. What was really funny is he goes, "That character won't die. He has main cast aura." And I was like, and then literally the next scene, dead. I'm like, he's like,
Oh,
"Oh."
how's that aura doing for him now?
He goes like this. He goes, "Oh, it's that kind of movie." I said, "Who's it named after?" He goes, "Oh." I'm like, "It's Alien and Predator. Everyone else is meat."
I just like the modern slang if he's got main cast aura.
Yeah, exactly.
Main
I was
cast
dying
Like,
when he said
Just
that.
the way kids talk now when they say things. Sometimes.
How's that aura working now for him, buddy? He's sweating
Speaking
on the
of stuff
floor.
like that, I
loved it.
I talked with Alex a lot at the.
Oh, he
Trunk or
gets it all
Treat.
because he works.
I feel for
Well,
you
because
now.
I asked him because I've been hearing things about like teachers and the kids nowadays that like you ask a class in English, science, a basic class, write a paragraph.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good luck.
When did that happen? I hate to sound like
Text.
I'm
No, text messaging.
still like 17 up here, so in my head I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean?
Like emojis and texts and
Yeah. Come on.
autocorrect and voice
Like,
to
that's
text.
crazy.
No, listen,
Well, you can't
voice
write
to
a
text,
paragraph?
voice to text, emojis.
You know, by first grade, they
Auto
have
write.
tablets and laptops where they
No.
don't have to do.
Right away, immediately. Yeah, right away.
Yeah, well, yeah. Some school systems,
And-
because like I know Brick, it's first grade.
And now, Mike, it's only going to get worse because why? What's going to make it even worse right now?
AI.
Chat GBT.
That's AI.
And they're allowed to use it, right? So any
That's
LLM,
crazy.
they're allowed to leverage
That's crazy.
for school in many cases.
Yeah.
So Luca,
Luca hasn't been able to write a paragraph since.
no, I'll be honest. I enjoy writing, especially as I got older. Like I actually
writing.
enjoy writing.
Yeah, yeah.
And my brother-in-law is an avid, fantastic writer. Writes for numerous different magazines, and it is a struggle to get the kids to sit down and write a page of work. I'm like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
double spaced, 500 words. That's
Well,
10 minutes.
Have you seen over the years?
Like, just write what
have
you're
you
thinking.
seen over the years the black belt essays where like we did a 2-page essay and you're like, oh
Wow.
my god.
You know what worked though for Luca this semester? The teacher said, "Hey, we're going to use AI to create a character for you, but you need to describe it to the T. And giving him that project of knowing, if I do a good job, I'll see it, that instant gratification of doing it. His description was like
very
something you're
lengthy, I
reading
bet.
out of a book.
Nice.
And he can't describe, I love you, buddy, nothing. But this project it wowed me. I couldn't believe it was him. I said, you put all of this description in, no help? Because she needed to make, and she shows me the picture. And I'm like, I think your description, buddy, is better than the picture. The picture's great too. But wow, you had me. Like I saw the picture in my head before you showed me the picture.
That's how
I
you
said,
know
you
it's
got to
good.
do more of these exercises, pal, because this is going to turn your writing around.
But I also think people are losing that because people like imagination. Like I want to visualize what something looks like without having to.
But I think that
It's just a dead art.
we're in a world where you have that instant gratification effect for kids.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's got some form of ADHD going on. I don't care what anybody says. They've all got a little bit of something going on. The doom scrolling and quick texting and fast response for everything. I think this method, though, has a chance to bring some originality back
because they're engaging in something that they want to
and
do.
then seeing a
Right.
result.
Yes.
But also in like I
It
don't
needs
know.
to equate a result like a game. Think about it. It has to have a result.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think there's a fine line between what can I compare this to, right? Like there's a fine line between convenience and like it damaging your life, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's definitely and the first thing that pops in my head as an example is something like checks, right? Who writes checks anymore?
I do like one
Well, I mean,
quarter.
but what's in the blue book?
one.
Yeah. Nicole
At
wants in a blue
one
one.
point, years and years ago,
Yeah, when life was miserable
when
and I had to
you
pay
would
all
write-
my
you would
bills
write
and checks every month, it was
all
the worst.
time.
Yeah.
But nowadays,
I love digital checks.
so the point I'm going to make here will make sense. But nowadays, you write or receive maybe one, maybe two check, like especially if your job is direct deposit.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
you're not using checks at all anymore. So the people that are like, you know, oh, what do you mean you don't know how to write a check? It's like especially for like the younger generation, it's like because they don't have to.
Mike,
it's not as
ask
practical.
a young kid to write a letter.
Well, okay, but still, it's like
Good
a letter. I
Lord.
understand. You need to be able to like write and address a letter. Yes.
No, but I'm
However-
just saying that that discomfort, similar to a never having done a check, settles in. Even though it's texting on paper, it gets
well, what I'm going to say
settles
is
in.
that the mentality I think with it is like, well, why am I going to write this when like this computer can just do it for me?
Well, yeah,
yeah, but
that's the
I love
mentality.
that.
which could be dangerous.
But-
It is, but it could be
I
very
hate writing
dangerous.
But in
checks.
all the studies they've done so far is avid users of large language models like ChatGPT, the area of the brain that shows creativity and problem solving is diminished.
Struggling, yep.
It diminishes. It literally shrinks because you don't have to do it. Same way memory functions when it comes to certain things. Like a human being's ability to memorize numbers is lower now because you don't have to do it. Your phone
That's
does
the
it for
worst.
you.
It's the
Like,
worst. They let you
GPS
use
is
calculators.
taking away
The
general
worst.
direction for a lot of people. So like, you always have this. Like we know for a fact, if you want to learn something, you're better off handwriting it. We know because we know the amount of neurons that fire off when you
Yeah,
write.
we make
something.
Isabella write flashcards.
Yet in school, you do everything typing, even though we know it's so much less neurons that you will not recall the same way as if you just took the note yourself.
You will never notice until you have a kid in the current school system right now how much they're literally teaching them for in-the-moment learning, meaning you are going to pass the test and you are going to lose that knowledge. And it's frustrating. It's like I'll tell – so I told the guys this before. I was sitting down with Luca for a history project, and in the history project they gave them a chart on U.S. fertility rates, right? Like and how they've been declining since the 1800s to now. And so I said to Luca, I said, do you even know what that is? And he's like, nope. Okay, so I explained it to him. I said, so now you tell me, is that good or bad? And we went into a conversation. I think the teachers, and Alex is great at this, by the way, so kudos all the way to Alex, but the teachers need to take an opportunity to step back and let the kids actually reflect on what they're learning. And if they can't talk about it, you didn't teach it. If they can't physically put it into a conversation of some kind, you didn't really present it in many cases.
For many years, it's been teaching to pass the test. Not just this generation. I mean,
Totally
that's been
agree,
a
but it's
thing.
worse now.
But
I agree.
I'm going to steer back to Halloween because it's a Halloween
Yes.
episode.
Yeah. Tangent. big
Boom.
one.
Boom. We go on tangents all the time.
All the time.
Never.
So I was
First time
listening-
ever.
So we're talking about
Good luck,
Halloween
title.
movies. I don't know
I got
Halloween
title.
movies
No,
that
no.
well, but I do know, and I'm curious if this still happens. I'm listening to Pod Meets World because I got stuck on that
Yes.
since.
Ever since we talked about it.
So they did a Halloween watch of Family Matters, like Stephen Urkel, like that back in the day.
Yes. You ever watch Family Matters?
Oh yeah.
So they did because they were talking about like they've already done an episode on their Halloween special, and but like all these old TV shows used to have Halloween specials, but now everything's just streamed on Netflix. It's very. So are there still Halloween specials? Do they still do special episodes of things where it's like Halloween based?
You were saying that. Well, I don't know about Halloween, but you were saying that some of the kids shows that you watch with Declan had like Christmas episodes.
They do have Halloween
Well,
episodes.
you know what they
actually.
do?
So yeah, the kids shows do like
nice.
Spider-Man is Amazing Friends.
Does
has
Bluey
a
have
Halloween
a
episode?
seriously? Does Bluey have like a Halloween one?
I don't know if Bluey does that.
Well, because Bluey is made from Australia. Correct?
Yes.
What a
Do
lot
they
of
celebrate
the
Halloween in Australia?
I don't know.
I don't. Yeah.
You know what it is? I think what they do,
Someone
a lot of
comment
the
below. Let
streaming
us know if they
services,
celebrate Halloween in Australia.
what they're doing right now is they may not
Any of
have
our
specific
Australian audience.
episodes, but
But they
they'll
have-
focus on the
They
Halloween
have the focus on
movies,
Halloween
right?
stuff.
So like, I think Hulu, Disney, whatever you want to call it, brought in Goosebumps, right? And
Oh,
a couple
yes,
of
that's
those.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they'll bring out. You know what they don't bring out anymore? Tales of the Crypt.
That's,
do you
yeah,
guys-
that's old.
you
Yeah, I
guys ever
remember
see
Tales of
that?
the Crypt.
No.
So
I
Tales
would-
of the
that's when I
Crypt
would turn
was
off
the
the
Crypt
TV.
keeper. Yeah, 'cause he was
So,
really scary.
so that would be on.
I have a couple of
That would
his
come
head.
on at the end of the night. So if you're watching TV, and then as soon as you saw like the Crypt Keeper start, the guy's like, "Nope, TV's done now."
So think of the
Click.
Crypt Keeper. It's similar like the Alfred Hitchcock. He's
So
the
you know the
narrator
generations here. So we
of
know the Crypt
story.
Keeper. They don't know the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah.
No.
So the Crypt Keeper was like he would
like a
introduce
skeleton,
he would
yeah.
introduce the story. Like so it would follow you into this creepy house, and then you'd hear him laughing, and now it's this half skeleton zombie is the Crypt Keeper.
Yep.
And he would be sitting down or doing
yeah.
something, and he would start telling you about this
Yeah,
story.
whatever the story's gonna
and
be.
then throughout the
Tim doesn't know the
story,
Crypt Keeper.
he would come in
Wasn't
and
on
say
one of the
something
kids.
and then jump back into the story again.
was
So
pretty
that
cool.
was
I don't
like it
remember
was
that
really
being on
cool,
TV for me at
and
all.
he had that
The
famous
Crypt
laugh,
Keeper, Tales from the Crypt.
and his laugh was
Oh,
famous
I
at the
don't-
time.
I don't remember ever seeing.
What
that.
was that? Elvira was the same
Tales
thing.
from
What
the
was her
Crypt,
show?
Elvira.
Elvira's show.
Yeah, I don't remember
But it
what
was there was a very big theme in the '80s, where you always had like a narrator that would intro the Halloween
Yep.
thing, and then they would
Well,
go
that, he
into
was
it.
just Tales of the Crypt was just scary stories, kind of like
But even Elvira, she was
like
she was a host.
Like what was Nickelodeon had the
After Dark.
After Dark.
Yep.
No,
I
There was
remember
the
that.
After Dark.
Yep.
And the Goosebumps. There was
Goosebumps.
Are You
So
Afraid
it's
of the
gonna
Dark?
say-
Are
No,
you afraid of the
there
dark?
was
You're right,
Are
you're
You
right.
Afraid
Yep,
of the
yep,
Dark?
Yep. Correct.
Where they would tell you like creepy
When we're
stories.
done, you have to see the Crypt Keeper. Just he hears a laugh, like it like catches you.
Well, did
I
you
don't
watch
know.
scary things growing up? What was your scary things? Or not really. You played horror
I-
video games, but
Yeah, and well, let me think. I mean, you know, you start with like the typical like slasher movies. Like I was a
Nope.
kid when Rob Zombie did the Halloween remake, the
Oh,
2007
yeah,
Halloween
yeah,
remake,
yeah.
and I was already familiar with Halloween.
Didn't he
because
do
my
like House
cousin-
of the Dam or something? What did he do? I'm trying to remember.
House of the Dead?
House of the
Dead.
Dead.
Okay.
Probably. Rob Zombie was into all that stuff.
Oh
but,
yeah, his
um,
the concerts live were wild.
oh yeah, he's cool. But
Go ahead.
my cousin Ashley, who is a little older than me, she was like one of my bigger sisters growing up. She was super into horror. Like horror was like one of
I
her
like
favorite
scary
genres.
movies. I don't like horror movies too much.
Her favorite scary movies were like Saw. You know,
Oh,
like
I
the-
can't.
Oh, Saw.
See, the more that you apply it to like real life, like a Saw,
That's the stuff.
further
like,
I got
stuff
away
that
from
screws
it.
with your
Yeah,
mind.
Yeah, I
Like,
got away from it.
So
Okay,
like
I'm out.
that was the kind of stuff that like I mean my parents.
I like it
obviously
more
were like, Don't
hokey.
watch that, but I thought it was cool because my
alien stuff
older
always
cousins
gets
were
me.
watching
Nope.
it, so I was
Right,
like,
so you
that's
wanted to be
cool.
the same way, yeah.
So then I kind of got into it, but you know I remember the Rob Zombie remake of Halloween. Like people kind of hate on it because they're like, it's not like the originals. Like I thought it was good. I thought it was really cool. I'm trying to think of another. Like, what was the really big?
I mean, if you
one?
think about it, like you had Leprechaun, you had Child's
Child Play,
Child
Play,
Chucky.
Chucky,
my
right?
buddy, my
You
cousin
have
Mike
your
hates
Freddy's, you have your
Chucky.
Jason,
What did you-
you
did
have
you-
Mike Myers, Halloween.
No,
You were
no,
never
no,
into that?
no horror movies.
How
You're
about
like me? You're like
how
me?
about like
No,
a
no.
somewhat not a horror movie, but like a somewhat like scarier movie? Doesn't have to be straight up horror, but like something that kind of like caught you a little bit.
That's a good question.
You didn't have to say you loved it, but like you saw it in your
thinking.
time. I'm even just trying to think in your generation versus mine and Dave's.
I got a good one while
Go.
you think.
I'm thinking. Yeah, good.
Take your
Hugh
time.
Jackman's Van Helsing in the early 2000s.
Yeah, the
Van
graphics
Helsing.
though were so rough, but it was
But well,
super
no,
early
okay.
2000s.
But the aesthetic and vibe that it captures, super classic.
But
Yeah,
now I
because he
can,
had the vampire hunter look.
but
to
now
him.
I can think
Yeah,
of
the
now I
monster
can think of
hunter.
what the Hugh Van Helsing is Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where they have the Van Helsing
my
puppet
God,
musical.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
remember
the
that?
only thing that comes to my mind.
Such
with
a
Van
great
Helsing.
movie, anyway.
But I
Dude, how about Blade? Even though it's not a
Love
horror
Blade.
movie any kind, but
love
it's an
Blade,
action
great
movie,
early
great movie.
2000s.
Favorite Halloween costume you've had over the years?
Oh,
That's
wow.
an easier one
Oh,
for you.
God.
What'd you dress
No,
up as?
It's
all-
not. This is way
You dressed
harder.
up as Dave?
No. All I'm going back childhood, so you can go all the way back.
That makes it even harder.
Come on.
Somebody else start.
Well, I was a hobo for like 9 years.
Oh, we have talked about this before in the past.
Did
we
you pick one?
I did. Yeah, we talked about that last year. We talked about this.
It wasn't
and
in
I
Back
was
Books, I don't
at
remember.
one of, you might remember it, at one of the karate Halloween parties. I was the candy thief. So I dressed up
I
as.
don't remember this at all.
Well, you weren't there.
I don't remember this at all either. No, him telling us this
you were there.
story. No, but you telling us the story. I don't
We
remember
didn't
that at
talk
all.
about this
You don't.
on the show.
No.
But do
definitely
you remember what I'm talking about, though?
No.
I mean, like, I was a kid at the time, so I understand. It was at the old brick school. It was one of the Halloween
You
parties.
went around and stole candy, and that was your costume?
No, I was wearing a costume. I was wearing a bandit costume, but then I had it written. I had like a little name tag, and then I had like candy wrappers, and like I had
Are
chocolate.
you going to
smeared on
post
my
this
face.
picture anywhere?
I don't have
Can
a
we-
picture of it.
You don't have a picture of
I
yourself
don't
for
have a picture of it.
Halloween?
Do you think my parents had cameras that way?
What
back
a
then?
what a
That took pictures?
No.
they had a
no, they
sketch
did
artist
not.
there.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I,
easier than drawing it.
My mom made me a homemade Flash costume from when the Flash with John
love
Wesley
homemade
Snipes.
costumes.
Do you remember John Wesley Snipes was the
I do,
Flash?
I do.
Like way back.
Yep,
So
the
nobody
original,
knew
yeah.
who the Flash was. I knew who the Flash was. So
love
every
homemade
kid was like, "What are you supposed to be?" I'm like, "Oh." One kid was like, "Are you supposed to be Super Dude?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm Super Dude."
Close enough.
Yeah.
You're the
Very
greatest,
original.
You're the greatest dude alive.
You are such a
What was
genius.
yours again, Mike?
Favorite
I have a
costume you've
few.
done?
Well, I have one that I really like, but my buddy, shout out Mike Hutt, if you ever find this video,
Find it. Send
You
it
better
to him.
send it
I'll
to
send
him.
it to him.
And he
But-
has to subscribe to
because
watch it.
I'll
Go.
tell this story. My favorite costume ever was probably one that he did. Growing up, my best friend, he was the king of last minute costumes.
Ah.
Here we go.
Never planned.
Here we go. I know this story.
Never planned costumes, but the day of the Halloween party we were going to, pulled something out that just like always worked, and we were like, "Dude, that's hilarious."
Mike has such great build-up.
Yeah.
Like, you notice that? Like,
Oh, thanks.
yeah, it's good. I'm telling you, you got to be a hype man. That's a good build-up.
Thanks.
Go.
So
This gets better.
okay, yeah. So rewind to 2022. It was a few years ago. I was playing in a band, and we were playing a Halloween show. So we go and we all dressed up in costume to play the show, and it was in some grody place. I think it was a fraternity house somewhere, and there's a bunch of people, and I invited a bunch of my friends, and I was like, "Yeah, it's a Halloween show. Everybody's gonna be in a costume. Come dressed in costume or whatever." And I forget what I was. I was something stupid. I think I can't even remember what it was, but everybody had a costume.
That wasn't the year you were Joker, right?
No, that was that was probably my favorite costume. I was the Joker, and I did it like to the
Joaquin-
nines.
Joaquin
the Joaquin
Phoenix
Phoenix show
version.
because the movie had just
Right,
came out.
right,
That
right,
one was
right,
great.
right.
So you were
But-
depressed and boring. Got it. Okay, good.
Yeah. So and it was more just for the show. Like we were all just in a random thing because we're jumping around and playing. I didn't want to do anything super serious. So we go to this house, and it's somebody's college house, mind you. And my buddy shows up, and he has like a headband and some like ornate looking like tunic on. It was really like goofy looking. And we go up to him after, playing this, said, "What's up?" And I go up to him and I'm like, "So what are you?" And he goes, "I'm a trinket stealer." I was like, "You're a what?" And he goes, "Don't worry about it. Hey, you got any trinkets?" So like,
right into character.
so
right
then,
into character.
so it gets way
gets
better.
way better.
It gets way better. So he just completely made it up on the
He's
fly.
owning
I had
it, though.
no
He's
idea.
owning it.
Completely owning it.
Oh, he owns
rolled
it.
with the punches.
Right.
He's stealing
So
his
he's
stuff.
the trinket stealer. So we're like, well, now you got to steal some trinkets. So we're in this base. We're going around this like dark, gross frat house.
Don't steal, kids.
And don't steal.
Go on.
This is a fictional story.
And he gave them
It is
all
not.
back. It was just
And
a
This is
joke.
a true story,
and
actually.
he's going around, and so I was talking to him. I go up on stage. I'm playing the show. Hour goes
No
by.
guitar strings. He had no guitar strings.
Yeah, all of a sudden,
Yeah,
he's
right.
like,
Go play the show.
Can't play.
I come back to my friends. I'm standing around and we're just chatting, and all of a sudden he starts pulling all these things out of his pockets. Like
While you're
little,
talking?
yeah. And dude, it was random stuff from like the electrical box, like a switch, like a magic wand, just random stuff, which like little knickknacks.
What was it that he took?
Yeah,
he
yeah,
took-
you
he
don't
took
need an
the
electrical
cable
box switch.
Am I right?
Yeah, like a piece of a cable box that was broken. Just
Now.
random
After he rips a
random
piece off.
Cut it in
things.
half.
And I'm telling you, dude, like they were like his pockets were he just kept taking things as the night went on. And then I'm cracking up. I'm like, that's the funniest costume I've ever seen. And then
That is
we
not the
go-
ultimate movie character.
And yeah, so then the show ends. We pack everything up. So it's like a Saturday night. So we're like, let's go out and go to a Halloween thing. Like all the bars do the Halloween stuff. So we go out to a costume party, and now I forget even where we were, but now we're standing at the bar, and now he's taking out more things and putting them on the bar.
How
And
big are his pockets?
I don't know where he was putting it
Yeah,
all.
but those infinity pockets.
Yeah, exactly. It goes all the way
so
down to
funny.
like his ankle.
It was so funny, and then every random person that came up to him that I don't even remember. I'm
What
sorry.
are you supposed to be?
Yeah, and then they go up to him. And the line of the night was, "So what are you? I'm a trinket stealer." Well, you're a what? Don't worry about it. Hey, you got any trinkets on you?
He would say it to
He would
everybody?
say it to everybody.
Did
And
anyone give him stuff?
No, he just took stuff. So like we'd be out at the bar. He took like the little napkin.
Are you sure he's not just a thief?
No. It was a
Less trinket, more thief. Got it.
But every place we went, he
trinkets
took
he
a
was
little
stealing, though.
knickknack, and like
So, by the way,
end,
where is he now?
We got back
Prison.
home at the end of the night, and he just all this stuff. Somebody stole a bunch of the stuff he stole, though. I think it was one of Emma's friends. Was like,
Wow, so you hang out with a
taking
good
all of his-
circle. Now I know
all
why
of
you
his
guys get
stuff.
along. Nice.
I'm looking forward to that.
That
Yeah,
was
exactly.
one of
She's
my
like, come
favorite
visit me at my
costumes.
place so we can rob
Easily
you.
It's
one
so
of the funniest
funny.
Where's
things
my
ever.
gibbet?
I'm the trinket steal. It was
Listen,
so
everybody
funny.
check your pockets before
I
Mike
don't think.
leaves.
Yeah, I don't think I could top that. Jeez.
Before Mike leaves, he has to empty out his pockets.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he was the king. He was still.
That
is
is
the
really
king of
funny.
That is a good
costume.
costume. My go. I either if I had a last minute thing, it was always either a hobo or I had a shirt that said I'm like a superhero with no powers or
That's
with no
good.
powers or motivation.
That's like last minute costume, you saying?
It was a T-shirt, and I just had a regular T-shirt that said I'm like a superhero with no
Okay.
powers or motivation. So I wear that, a pair of jeans, and a towel as a cape. And like, boom. What are you supposed
I
to do?
remember-
Point to my shirt.
A guy had a shirt that said I couldn't afford this full shirt, and when you turn around, there was no shirt. It was just the front of the shirt. I thought that was hilarious. I loved it.
That's pretty good.
Now, do you guys still do Mischief Night? Is that still a thing?
I did growing up.
nowadays?
I don't think that's
I never
little
took.
bit.
I never took part in it.
A little
I'm pretty
bit.
Sure
I
it's
didn't
still
do
a thing.
anything, like,
You don't really see
super
too much
nuts.
happening though.
Yeah,
I didn't vandalize anything, but
No.
We did toilet paper.
Well,
yeah, like
the-
fun,
like
and it was
that.
to our friends.
I feel like
Yeah,
the,
yeah, people use
but I
that.
feel like the growth of
I had my
Halloween.
one of my friends. He was caught up in the moment of us doing the toilet
Mischief.
paper, whatever mischief stuff, and all of a sudden he goes into the guy's mailbox and grabs his mail. I'm like, dude, that is a federal offense.
Yes, and that is a
and
crime.
none of us care. Put it back. You don't need someone's bills. And he's like, yeah, I'm not thinking. And just runs back down the box. I didn't know. All of a sudden we're like, okay, what'd you get? What do we have left? And he pulls out the freaking guy's mail. I'm like, dude, bring that back.
He's not paying his mortgage.
Yeah, exactly. Guess no electric bill. Who's gonna be in the dark now?
We never did mission, but I also feel like now Like,
You don't see too many people doing stuff.
because
in the
Halloween was like a 2-day affair when we were kids. You had your mischief night, you had Halloween. Now there's trunk or and like you're
There's trunk or treats throughout the month, but
but that's what it is. There's 6 trunk or treats that we went to as the school, like just this week alone.
that's a big thing now. Trunk or treats.
It's huge.
On Halloween, we may be at a football game for Isabella's band.
Halloween just
So we're gonna
runs
miss it
an
altogether.
entire week of a month. All of October's Halloween now. It wasn't
true.
like that when I was a kid.
But I kind of like it at the home.
We used to have
I
like,
like that,
we
yeah.
used to have like just maybe your classroom at a
whole
I
party.
don't know.
Girl month of
See,
December is for
For
Christmas.
us,
Did
we
you have
liked it
Did you have a
because it
classroom
was-
party?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
No,
With
we
your
did,
kids?
we
Did
did
you
the
do classroom party?
Oh yes.
We would do the classroom party and then the day. That was it.
Yeah.
We would do a
Same.
classroom
But
party.
there was so much
and my
anticipation for the
teacher
day
would
by
let
not
us
Yeah.
spreading it
try
out.
to get our homework done before we had to leave.
I know so many kids. I know so many kids though that are like,
So you would like just have that like free period at the end where like that would be during the party, and you can choose to just do your homework during that.
So
section, you don't
Steve
have any homework when you
alone
go home.
So-
during the party did his homework. Yep, got it.
I know
No,
so
we
many
all
kids.
got
I know
done,
so many
actually.
kids though that are like,
And we were all helping each other with our homework
That's
too.
cool. That's
so-
cool.
I know so many kids now that they're like, "What? I'm gonna go trick or treating on Halloween because I got so much candy from."
No, there's loads of kids.
from
Dude,
trunk or
we don't
treat.
get anywhere near, and I'm in a pretty busy neighborhood. We still don't get anywhere near what we used to get because they
get a
do all
decent
these trunk or
amount.
treat things, and then they just kind of
I
hang
can
out.
get that. I guess people they like spend the Halloween watching scary movies or maybe going to a Halloween party. I can understand that. I suppose.
We used to,
I
I used
wish
to go
trick
to a
or treating
Halloween
was
party.
so big because that was like, as a little kid,
I love trick-or-treating.
I loved it. Everybody
Yeah.
was super excited to get a group together
Yeah,
and like
hit the
go
neighborhood, hit
around
the
and just
streets.
like have fun. And we'd be running around playing games and BSing the whole
Yep.
time.
I
Same.
forget when I stopped.
That is a good time, Mike. Though
That was
that's
so
what it's
much
really
fun.
about.
That was-
my
yeah,
opinion.
exactly.
Stop.
And that
Getting
was the
together
fun
with
part.
your
When
buddies.
did you guys stop trick or treating? At what age did
The
you
last
stop?
time I went
I'll
trick or
let
treating
you
was in
know.
college.
I don't mean with your kids.
The last time I
Aw.
went trick or treating, like on my own, we took that trick or treating last year, but it was in college because my college girlfriend's birthday is Halloween, so she wanted to go trick or treating at the big mansions in Upper Montclair. Which, by the way, schlepping up those hills is not fun, but they do give out freaking fantastic candy because they're all rich.
Rob's
so they give out
neighborhood
like
gives
a big,
out good candy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Because he had us go there with the kids 2 years ago. He's like, yeah, just come here. They give full candy bars like every other block.
There was
It was
one.
wild.
So
It
I
was
used to
great.
go trick or treating with
Loads
my
of
buddy Husko, and there was one house by his neighborhood where that guy owned a movie theater, or so you would just show up and he would give you like movie theater
Oh, nice.
candy.
Nice.
So you get like
That's
a
actually
like
really
a
cool.
full box.
That's really
of
cool,
dots.
right? It is cool.
So like, we
Where
only
were
got
those
those.
guys?
I
When I was a
remember
kid.
we used to come up with strategies to maximize the amount of candy that we
course.
could,
Yeah.
that we could carry. Like I remember my parents used to have these humongous pillows on
Pillow
the
sacks.
bed.
Yeah, yeah.
The pillowcases.
But it was like those really long.
Yeah.
So I would go into the I didn't even ask until I was about to walk out of the door, but I would go in, sneak in, grab a pillow, take off the thing. It looked like Santa's
Santa's little toy
Santa's
sack.
yeah, that's Santa's thing, and what you said,
Toy sack.
and
That's the thing we're talking about, the toy sack.
I'd leave with it, and I'd be like, oh, I stole your
Santa
pillowcase.
sack. That's what it was. Go on.
And we go and fill in that thing. People would take the little jack-o'-lantern like handheld things.
Oh,
and just
yeah,
come
yeah.
back with a little thing of candy.
No,
and
the
here
little
we
plastic
were,
thing?
like,
Nah.
hauling.
Like you just robbed a
Like,
bank.
Yeah.
You do the little plastic thing when you're like 3 or 4.
Oh, yeah,
Then
you're
you
way
gotta up
beyond
Then
that
you got to
now.
up your game.
Yes.
Do you guys have like the neighbors that try to scare you when you come in? We had one neighbor. Now the kids are older. They actually know the guys, so they call him out on it. What he would do is he would keep the garage open, but he would have dry ice coming out of the garage, and he would drag an axe every time a family would come by, and he would have like really weird background music in the garage playing. Isabella wouldn't even leave my side. She'd be like,
My dad answered the
I'm
door.
like, we'll get it, honey.
My dad answered
Now
the
she's
door.
getting older, and she's like, hey, there's the axe guy.
My
And
dad
she
answered
runs
the
out.
door one time with an evil laugh, and a kid cried. So he never did
I
that
had a
again.
kid because our townhouse was
And the kid was like, "Ah!"
our townhouse was
Dave lost his hat.
our
again.
townhouse was 666. So and we did have
Oh,
a
no.
and we had a basement. So we had, how many kids we would have say, you don't have a door to a basement, do you? Yeah. It's the door to hell, and they'd run back. I'm like, sure. And they would
You should've
scare
played into
themselves.
that.
No,
You
but
should've
I didn't have
totally
to.
played into
But I didn't
that.
have to. They would run from my house screaming. It was just so
We,
funny.
we,
Without me having to do anything.
my
I
mother-in-law-
couldn't. Nicole didn't like any creepy
My-
stuff. I loved it. She didn't
My
like
mother-in-law does the she cuts the hole in the bottom of the bowl, and she wears like
Oh,
a
the
purple
hand.
glove.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it just
yeah,
looks like a hand, and then when the kids reach in to get the candy, she moves it. She moves her hand to try and she
That's
likes
funny.
that. But
One of our neighbors, big. This is going back when I was a really young kid. Big guy would dress up as Darth Vader. So
oh,
he literally
nice.
look because he's at
he's so
least
tall?
6 foot, maybe more than 6 foot. But he had one of those authentic
That
Darth
suits,
Vader
yeah.
cosplay suits that was making the noises, and he would just stand there outside at the bottom of his
Menacingly.
driveway,
Yes, I love
just
it.
Oh, that's good.
holding this gigantic bowl of candy, just standing there. And kids would be walking by, just taking the candy out the bowl, and he's just standing there, just looking around.
I saw one guy pull off the classic
Yeah, exactly.
prank where he was like a scarecrow or something
Yeah.
sitting in the chair.
But then he moved.
But then he moved.
Yeah.
I saw that like 2 feet in front of me one time, and it kind of scared me. But the person in front of me, like some little girl, got
Oh
really
my, I
scared.
lost
It
it.
was so
Did you
funny.
did you guys double? Were you guys double dippers? So like,
Yeah, my
if
cousin
you grew
lived
up
in
in our
Point Pleasant.
area, if you grew up in our area, like stupid Tom's River, you're a Tom's River person, does a parade on Halloween.
Okay, yeah.
So they trick or treat the day before. The whole town trick or treats the day before.
And that's why karate classes are dead that day.
So people, when I was growing up,
30th.
like
Are they?
we
Where
would
they
go
go?
trick or treating.
Every year.
You go trick or treating in Tom's River the day before, and then on Halloween you trick or treat in your town. So you got 2 days with the trick or treating, which didn't matter.
I
now 'cause you got
actually,
trunk or treats.
I never knew that. I never knew that Tom's River did trick or treating the day before until I was working at the Tom's River.
Oh
store.
yeah, no, it was all.
And I was like,
Yeah, my
where
cousin-
is everybody?
We
And
knew
the
that.
stranger's like, dude, it's trick or treating day. I was like, what?
I would go to
That's
Point
tomorrow.
Pleasant and
That's funny. I
trick or
didn't know
treat.
that. I didn't know that either.
What are you
Yeah,
talking
Tom's
about?
River.
He's like, no.
Say that again, Mike?
Family in Point Pleasant, so we would like.
Trick or treat. Yeah.
You both.
But it was fun. Yeah,
It was the way to
What's
maximize your candy.
Yeah, it was
We have
great.
to. You know, we didn't do this year. We didn't do the candy guessing game.
The candy cane.
Oh, we
remember
did it
last
last
year?
year. Either.
Oh,
we didn't do it last year
yeah.
either. We did it the first year Mike was.
Oh,
a
it was
guest.
2 years ago?
It was 2 years ago.
And let's recap though. You're a chocolate guy or a gummy candy guy?
I don't like the gummy. I mean, I will eat the gummy.
No,
candy.
he's
It's
the
not my favorite.
candy corn guy.
Oh yeah, you're one of those.
No, I
No,
am
I thought he,
not.
no. He doesn't anymore.
despise candy corn.
Love it.
So,
Candy
but
corn and I do
you're,
not
so you're more of a
agree.
chocolate person.
Yeah. I mean, I'm real simple. Just give me a plain chocolate bar and I'll enjoy it. I love Kit Kats too. Kit Kats are amazing. Not a big Snickers guy, not a big Reese's guy, but give me a good old Hershey bar or a Kit Kat and. I'm
What's your
set.
candy of choice there, Mike? Candy.
Let's see if you say the same thing you
See
said
if
2
you
years
change
ago.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
see
I
if
don't
you
really
change-
remember. I'm not a super big sweet tooth.
He's
Oh,
not.
I wish I wasn't.
I do love
I am.
like.
Me too.
Let's see if he says the
I
same
like
thing.
Reese's.
That's
What did I
not the
say
same
last? I
thing
don't
you
really
said
remember.
Last time you said Kit Kats last
Ooh.
time.
Did I do like Kit
Wow,
Kats?
no,
yeah.
too late. You're Reese's. You
But
can't
yeah,
go back.
like Reese's Kit Kats. Like I kind of
You're a
like those.
Reese's.
You're
You're a Reese's.
Reese's, I
A
say.
Reese's.
You're a Reese's.
You only like Reese's?
I do like
you
chocolate peanut
Reese's.
butter.
I can't, folks. I can't get away with anything over here.
I kind of.
Hey, listen,
when I
if I
was
can't, neither
younger,
can you.
though, when I
Facts.
was little,
Favorite that.
I used to like. I'm going way back. I
Being
used
a
to-
Reese's is a learned behavior.
I used to really like Nestle Crunch when I was
Those are good.
really
Nestle
little.
Crunch is good.
When I was
Kelsey
really little,
likes
that was
Nestle
like one of my
Crunch.
favorites.
Not a big
But
But she's the sweetest fish, right? She likes sweetest
No,
fish.
Kelsey's all chocolate.
no, he
never
likes
liked
Swedish fish.
Well, I know
candy
she likes-
corn, really.
Nicole
Candy
loves
corn.
Swedish
I mean,
fish.
maybe when I was really young, but I grew up. I
know
never
he
really
does.
like candy corn. I like hard candies too, like Jolly Ranchers and stuff.
No, I can do a hard candy sometimes, but I'm like a
I
toffee
can't even
candy.
do
Actually,
Jolly Ranchers.
yeah,
They
you know
stick
what?
to
If
my
I had
teeth
to
and
like,
they
if
kill
I
me.
had like
really
a
sticky.
like a spread in front of me, like sometimes there was a house next to me that would do like all like fresh like saltwater taffy.
Those are good.
Really
Taffy's great.
good. I like taffy.
Oh yeah, LBI sells great taffy.
Yeah, I
Cape May,
think
great taffy.
I think that
Every
might
time
be.
after coming home after a vacation LBI, we would stop off and grab saltwater.
Do
taffy.
people still get out coins as like trick or treating?
Yes.
What do you mean coins?
Chocolate coins.
No, not even chocolate
No?
coins, like pennies. You
Oh
get
no,
little
no,
pennies.
No.
no, one does that.
No.
No, I
chocolate
did have
coins. I
one
love chocolate
house
coins.
where the wife was dressed up and as like a maid and would give out mini alcohol bottles, and then the husband would give out candy to the kids.
Yeah,
and
I've
it's
seen
like
that.
to get all the
I've seen
everybody
that.
like, oh, the adult candy, the kid candy.
Do-
I'm like, that's cool.
Do Izzy and Lucas still like trick or treating now that they're older? Like Izzy's in high school.
It depends.
Lucas-
If there's a bunch
That
of
would be
friends
a-
getting together, yes.
That
If
would
not,
be
then
a
no.
really funny thing to like get to catch on is like adult trick or treating, and you go around and you get like a different.
There's
drink.
a decent
Or you
amount
get,
of
like,
them
a
they
that
do
do it.
different
do
shooter.
it. They do it.
Yeah, like an
I'm
eight.
sure that exists, right? Like, but that would be
It does.
cool.
Well,
sure
Mike,
it
we have
does.
to start it. That's all you're
We'll
saying.
start it.
start
Yeah,
it.
we'll do it.
That's it.
I think that's
I
fun.
think it's a good idea.
That should have
Um,
been something in the dorm room.
Well, they had that. We
true.
had that in
We-
college.
yeah.
We did have that. So I did. At Stockton, we had it.
I was lucky in college though because I was 21, and in the dorms, if you were 21, you were allowed to
Yeah, drink.
bring
Yeah, of
alcohol.
course,
So it was
'cause you're-
very easy. But
Yeah, they weren't dry dorms necessarily.
no,
Yeah.
you could. It was great.
That's
but,
cool. Yeah, what's your favorite? Your favorite?
Oh God, I like most of the gummy candies. I like dots. I like Halloween, like favorite candy all time. Probably
Halloween.
But Halloween, I like the little boxes of dots you get.
Yep.
There's like 3 dots in there, but they're like for whatever
Oh
reason
yeah,
they
those
taste
were always okay.
they taste
but
better than regular big boxes of dots.
But
I
they
feel like the
slightly
big boxes
sour.
always
those
taste.
were pretty
Yeah.
great. I would probably pick like a Sour Patch Kid over that.
Sour Patch Kid is good.
I like sour. Definitely like sour.
I like a Sour Patch Kid. I do like. You know what tastes weird? The little 2-pack. They're great, but the little 2 Twizzlers. You know,
Yes.
they're not the same as
Yeah.
regular Twizzlers.
No, they're still not as good as your Tootsie Roll bites.
I know you love those.
Those are so
You love
good.
I'm a
my
big Tootsie
Roll.
Roll guy.
No.
So
Try the Tootsie Roll bites. They're not like Tootsie Rolls. They're awesome.
they're candy coated Tootsie Rolls. They don't stick to your teeth like Tootsie
So
Rolls do.
good.
Um,
Mike, they're so good.
I'll give you one before you go if you so desire.
You hiding them on me. And
Yeah, I'm hiding them on you.
my favorite
We
is
should have 'em try it live.
Three Musketeers. Love them.
3 Musketeers.
When I was
Because they're
little,
soft.
I
And they
used to
taste
like
it's
the
like
Three
that cream inside.
Musketeers.
It's so good.
funny you say 3 Musketeers. I was asking the kids. I was teaching a couple weeks ago, and none of them know who the 3 Musketeers are. And I was like,
Well, I mean,
none of them? Like,
All
I
for one,
wouldn't
one for
say
all.
I even really knew their names until high school. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I said all for one, one for all.
Oh, this is very true. Yes.
if you say
Three for $1.
if you say all for one and one for all, more kids are gonna think of My Hero Academia than they're gonna think of the 3 Musketeers, which is
That doesn't upset me that much.
Oh yeah, all for one.
That doesn't
Yeah.
upset me that
Could be
much.
worse.
It could be worse.
And one
That's
for all.
fine.
Now I'm gonna be honest. Has anybody else besides me watched the Mickey when we were kids? Watched the Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy version of the Three Musketeers?
yeah.
Yes.
When I was a kid.
course
Oh
I've seen
my
it.
god! When I was a kid, I was like, I think I was 5 years old when we first watched it. My mom said that I literally spent the entire movie laughing. Like there was not a moment where I was not laughing.
The best version of the 3
Old
Musketeers.
slapstick cartoons
Exactly,
where it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
so
Tom and
that's where
Jerry
it's
kind
at.
of action.
The best
where it's
version
at,
of 3
man.
Musketeers, though, was the one with Chris O'Donnell playing D'Artagnan. That one was so good. It was done by Disney. It was really a really fantastic movie. Add to the list of things you need to see.
I remember when, and I've told this story before, but I didn't when you were on the podcast. We took Isabella to go see Frozen. So she was younger, and so she watched our current Mickey Mouse Club's Funhouse, where all the friends get along, including Pete.
Yeah,
and
everybody gets along in that.
they had the remake of the old Disney Mickey
where
cartoons
everybody's
as
villain.
before the
Yeah.
movie started,
Pete's a bad
where
guy.
they beat the living bejesus at each other, and you see Isabella looking at the thing. She's all excited because the cartoon's about to start, and she's just like,
What?
as she starts to cry because Pete is just beating the life out of Mickey. Minnie's grabbing for her life. He's pulling her back in the car. He's punching Mickey in the face, and she's just bawling. I had to take her into the hallway until it was over to come back into the movie to see Frozen because she was completely taken over. She didn't know what to do.
That's so funny.
I was
That's so funny.
I'm looking at Nicole. Wasn't this literally every cartoon we had growing
Yeah.
up? For them, it was.
Oh,
It's not
no,
that.
It's totally different.
Oh my god! I'm like, we failed her. We have to have her watch more of these. Now they love Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and all that stuff.
I
But
love those memes where it's like, I think the one that I saw it was a video of Cell holding Gohan, just boom, 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 and it's like this was my cartoons when I was growing up, and then it cut to like I probably shouldn't talk about that, but it's like some Coco Melon BS.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like random like, oh, we're all friends. It's like, man,
that was the experience.
yeah,
Mike, it was
like
so
come
funny.
on. I don't know.
And Nicole's looking at me. Why are you laughing? She's crying. I was like, because I think it's really funny.
As soon as I
Sorry.
sat, I remember I made Emma sit down and we watched like all of Dragon Ball Z,
Good.
and
And she still stayed at you.
and
That's
at
a good
the,
one.
at the end
That's
of
a
it, she
winner.
was like, "All right, our kid is gonna watch Dragon Ball."
Oh, Luca loves Dragon
you
Ball.
have to.
When I had
Like,
Nicole,
yeah.
with Nicole, we
Required.
started watching Dragon Ball. He loved it.
Required watching.
But if you think about it, like even when I was, you guys won't know this, when I was younger, like He-Man's answer to everything was just punch him in
Love-
the face.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, one punch
I
will
made
fix it all.
a He-Man reference the other. Do you remember that?
I do.
Like a couple weeks ago, I made a He-Man reference, and like the kids like laughed at me. They were like, "What's that?" And I was
Well,
like,
buckle up.
Dude,
Dude, a live
I
action
have a
He-Man's
pi-
coming to theater
dude,
soon.
Really?
I have. That's my
Another
costume.
one.
I have a.
Your costume's He-Man
I
or
have
Prince
a,
Adam?
I have a,
I
I have a
see it's
He-Man
Prince Adam.
costume when I was little, barely.
What are we doing here? You have a He-Man costume and you're not even wearing it?
No, I had one when I was younger, and it's funny because there's a comparison of me and Luke at the same age, and we look crazy similar. But it was my Halloween picture, and I was being He-Man at the time.
I used to have He-Man and Skeletor like action figures.
Oh yeah.
You
And
did?
oh yeah, dude. And I used
Where'd
to,
you find them in the retro section?
I know,
No,
right?
I
'cause
like
it was like
good stuff. And I
no,
remember
because they had
Was it
they-
your
no,
dad's?
no, because no,
It came back out.
no,
Yeah,
because they had the remake of He-Man that came out when I was in college, which would put him at like
yeah, but
Probably
it'd be
is
interesting
what
to
it
see which
was.
versions of the toys he had then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like traditional He-Man. He was just like he had like the little like loincloth thing. The
yeah. I
blonde
mean that's how it
hair.
was.
But I remember the one I had. I used to love playing with it as a kid because it was like a bigger action figure.
Yeah,
It
they
wasn't
were
like
big.
A cheap knockoff
They were
one.
big.
And he had a sword, and like you know how like in the show, like the sword would like move. It would,
Oh,
like,
he
open
watched
up.
that one where it was mechanical.
And like the
Yes.
sword like went
Yep.
from being
Yep.
flat and it would like turn out and like
Yes.
kind of like shoot light out of
Yes.
it. I had like the action figure that I had
Remake.
Yeah.
did that.
And I
So
know
like
exactly which one that is
like
now,
it
yeah.
was super cool. Like I was I don't know, 4 years
It was
old.
actually not a
and I
bad
was
one.
like,
No, it's pretty
Not
good.
bad.
I was like,
See,
this
yeah,
is
with
so
us,
cool.
when we were younger, it was all magic. Like,
Yeah,
the power
no.
of the sword was all magic.
So
They had machines and stuff, but not him.
the remake of He-Man was very good, and the remake of the Thundercats was very good. Neither one of them made.
I was so.
I follow a group now
Pissed that
I
they
follow a
stopped the
group now for that
Thundercats one.
Thundercats
Yeah.
one. It's amazing. Like where it would have gone. But
I know.
anyway,
After we talked about it, I did go reading back on
I
it
had-
as well.
I
I
had,
wish
uh,
it stayed.
I played He-Man all the time, like the original one when I was a kid, and I would make my dog be Battle Cat.
Yes.
And
Oh, poor
he
dog.
would try and hide under the table, and I would pull my back legs out.
Just like
and
real
be
Battle Cat. Perfect.
And
Like
then,
Cringer.
yeah, he would be Battle Cat with me. I'd point at him.
Well, you know what it is too, though. They would do all the fighting, and then they'd have the message at the end,
message at
like
the end.
GI Joe, right?
Yeah.
Like knowing is half the battle, or like this is how you. What did He-Man would say? Did he say
I don't know, but
anything?
he would do his little speech.
Yeah. It's basically like don't punch kids after he just punches his way through the entire
Was
cartoon.
he the one? No, no, that was Captain Planet. It was like the power is yours.
Yeah, that's Captain Planet. Yeah. But they always had the message. There's no messages in the show.
we
now.
should be Captain Planet, the Planeteers one year.
There you go.
Nobody
enough?
would know who that is.
No.
Who's Captain
is there
Planet?
even
though,
enough-
Steve, because he's the most in shape.
You know what would be a funny one? Like fairy tales or fables.
Yeah.
Jack
That's
and the
not bad.
Beanstalk.
The original
Red
stories,
Riding
which were
Hood.
super dark, or like the
Wolf
funny
and the Three
remakes.
Pigs.
The wall, yeah, like
Vinatelli was like, we should be pro wrestlers.
Oh.
dumb. Sorry if
It's
you're
okay.
listening, Steve. That's dumb.
So somebody came as Hulk Hogan today, though, and that was pretty good.
It's not dumb because there's so many good wrestlers that are now dead, so it's a good callback.
It's a good callback.
He
I
didn't
don't
have
know.
to do like
It's
the original.
Yeah, the Macho Man is now dead.
I'm not.
Andre
I'm
the
not saying
Giant.
that because
You have to sneak in a
like
couple
to
modern
take a
ones,
shot
though, so the
at
kids
like
understand.
WWE or WWF. I just think there's better options than that.
There's always better options. Like Dave will say, whenever you play a first-person shooter, there's got to be better options in this game, right? I get it. So what
thought
was your
medieval
idea?
time.
What was the idea you thought would be fun? You didn't say.
Medieval times.
Yeah,
That's
that,
the
that was
worst.
one of the things
Anyway.
that he
No,
Why
that
did
could
we
be
even
so
bring it
funny.
up?
That could be so.
It was
Oh,
so
I could
fun.
ask Lauren how she went to Medieval Times for the first time last weekend
Without us?
with their other friends. Yeah.
With the
She
real
has
friends.
no other friends.
Well, we were supposed to do the Medieval Times trip, but Steve's like, I got the perfect date for it. It's the day you got married. It's like, no, I don't think I
didn't know
can
it
do
was your
that. It's our
anniversary.
anniversary.
Yeah,
You were
I
at
really
my
want to go
wedding.
again and keep the group smaller this time and have somebody not almost die. So
Yeah, I'm
So
saying
so you're not inviting
we should
Emma.
go like just pure dojo people.
Yeah, those are
do
people and their
dojo trip.
families.
Let me know.
No,
Or
because
whatever.
Emma can't come, so we leave the women.
how about
Let's have
No.
the
boys'
come.
night?
Boys'
Boys' night.
Okay, Luca can still.
Boys' night.
Yes, definitely
Luca
way
can
different than what I
come.
thought
Luca
boys' night was
qualifies
when
as a
I was
boy.
18.
What
What?
did you say?
He said boys' night. Luca can still come. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Luca qualifies as a boy.
No, because I only said that
Oh,
because
when
he
we say
said he
boys'
started
night-
to say Luca, and I was like, oh, Luca come.
Ah,
Yeah.
I don't care. whatever you guys want to do is let me
Next time,
know.
leave him
Well,
home.
send the ladies
Bring him
to
with
do
me.
something.
No, I would love
Don't
to.
care
He-
which.
he-
Hold
he
on,
likes
before we
it.
do any of that, I want to go paintballing.
Have you done it before?
hard pass.
Yes,
I
100%.
Have you,
wanna
get
go
shot in the face?
have you
paintballing.
gone to scrimmage in Pennsylvania yet?
No.
Then you haven't paintballed yet. We'll go.
My
Awesome.
my sole paintballing
Paintballing.
experience
Let's
was
go.
when we went with Miss Dawn and Master Paul,
And I shot her in the
and
butt.
you shot her in the
and
butt.
she's like,
and
ah!
she
I
shot
was like,
Alex in the
"Sorry."
face.
Yeah, she did.
After
And
specifically
Alex is the
saying-
only one who was like, I'm a great paintballer.
We probably told us in the podcast before, but Alex,
did.
Alex showed up in his full paintball gear because he plays all the time.
And his custom
And
mic.
his custom like thing, and it's an indoor course, so he's like pop 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 pop, and they're like you can't use this in here, you'll kill somebody. So we had to end up using their guns, and then Miss Dawn was like, we can't shoot in the face.
Nobody shoot me.
Shoot in the face. And they blow the first whistle for the very first game. She puts her gun up, boom, blast Alex so hard in the face that he's bleeding from the nose because it goes through the face shield. So
much fun.
and it's also the moment I realized I would never cut it in the military because we're behind this inflatable thing
Did you ever move?
getting pelted. And I was next to Caravella. And Caravella goes, okay, you go out this way. You roll this way. I'll roll that way. We'll flank him out. I said, no, I'm good. He's like,
Dude,
Good, bro.
Alex and I are like
like,
running up
"No,
the
no, you gotta
flanks
go."
and
I was like,
sliding.
"No, I
Dave's
do
like,
not.
I will sit here until the
I'm
rain
gonna
stops.
wait right here.
Take
When
that hill, soldier.
I did.
Nah, I'm
I
good,
did.
man.
I did get out there.
Can you imagine that? No, I'm good.
I did get out there and shoot and stuff, but like when you're hearing it just hit the inflatable, like pop, 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 and he's like, okay, I'm gonna roll that way. It's like, he's like, you go this way. I'm like, nah, no, I'm gonna stay.
I have
right
to say,
here.
Dave probably had the least amount of movement easy from
Oh,
everybody
You
there.
know, there's a
Hands
place in
down.
like Sweden or Poland or some country over there where you can sign up to do paintballing in decommissioned BMPs and like
Listen to me.
BTRs.
Scrimmage. It is actually down
So
the
what's
military
wrong-
airplanes.
but you know-
with towers. You're in actual.
Oh, I've been at a place
What's
like that.
what's
but
wrong
not
with
that particular place.
what's wrong with laser tag? You don't get hurt. I move a lot in laser tag.
No, because you don't even know if you're really hitting somebody.
It's like
and
the
you don't feel the
Impossible
impact.
Burger
Yeah.
version of this type of sport. Like
Impossible Burger's
it's
blowing up
like
on the,
it, but
stocks
it's
now.
not. Like I don't know. Airsoft is closer to paintball.
Yes,
Shay-
but I never air for self.
Shay
though.
didn't like that. I mean, she was like a kid, but she wasn't a huge fan of the paintballing. Dawn had that huge welt. Somebody shot Master Paul in the hand. Was that you?
No, that wasn't me, but I remember him getting shot in the hand, though. No, I only hit
Like,
Miss Dawn.
He's like, I got, like, because he talked. So, like, he came out and he's like, I got you now, something like that. They just shot, and he shot him right in the hand. He almost dropped his gun.
Ooh. I remember one of my first round I ever played when I got out. I they say you get hit and you have to put your hands up
Yes,
and
yes,
say
right
hit
away.
or whatever, and then
Yeah.
you need to go behind the net.
Yeah,
and
gun
area
down, hands
in
up,
the
yeah.
out area. So I get hit, and I'm pretty much in like an open area. That I was hiding behind like a big wooden thing, and I have maybe 25 yards to get to where the thing is, and I go, oh, I'm hit, and I'm walking.
Pop, 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 pop.
I'm walking like sideways, like this, like sidestepping, and I get maybe like 5 or 6 steps, and I don't even see where it comes from, but it was like a machine gun, like, bah, 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 like all over my chest, and I was like, like freaking out, like I'm already out.
Someone
I got
felt
hit
real
like
good.
7 times in the chest.
We went.
Really selling this paintball.
I went with a buddy of mine.
It was
and he's,
funny.
Mike, he's a big dude, right? So it was his first time paintballing, and he's up behind a tree, and he pulled one of the things that Caravella did with you. He goes, Nick, all right, you're gonna run. And I was like, there's nowhere for me to go from where I was at. I'm like, dude, I'm going nowhere. So he's behind a tree, and he's like, well, I can't get out. And I'm like, just wait one second. You, pop, pop, pop. Every time the paintball hit the tree, you see him like this, shaking and
Not
frantic.
bullets, like
Dude, it was
They
so
did- but-
funny.
And I also was grossly, I didn't dress appropriately.
You gotta dress. You gotta put layers on.
I
so you don't
didn't.
feel
I
anything.
didn't realize to put layers on, so I'm wearing like a thin. So like every time we got hit, it hurt, and I was like, oh, okay, this is not
Annoying.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. If you want
Caroline,
to go, I'll
Caroline
go.
Wayne came
I'll
with
go.
us that day too.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
'Cause she was like
there,
last
yep.
person standing on our team, and she like Rambo'd. She got like 5 players in the other team.
there was
I
one.
don't remember, but I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
There was one they had like kind of similar to what you were saying. They had like all these different maps you could go to.
Yep,
Have
I
you
love that.
Paintballed?
No.
Never.
You would
Oh,
like
you
it.
should go.
have
You would
fun.
really
I
like
feel
it.
like you would get
Yeah,
into
no,
it.
you would get into it. It was like a junkyard was one of the maps.
Yes, we had one of those too.
It
Yep.
was, and I mean, it wasn't like there were what seemed to be hundreds of just broken down cars and buses and everything, and it was just all over the place. And in the middle of the scrapyard was just a simple four-walled wooden structure with the top, no roof, and just like little doorways in the middle.
Okay.
Very, very simple structure.
Cool.
But it was right in the middle, so like people would kind of that was a very occupied area,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't necessarily right out of the gate, like because it was like if this is the structure, right? There's a whole bunch of open area around it, and then
He's
there's
drawing
But
a
was it a
circle around the
survive or
front.
was it a
whole
capture the
bunch of,
flag?
like, was it?
Was it a
It was
survive
just,
or capture
elimination.
He's 3D model he's built right here.
No,
Sorry,
It's
but,
rotating.
But yeah, okay.
It's
hold on. If
Put
this
your 3D
coaster
glasses. Yeah.
is the wooden structure, right, where the roof's open. All
no-
around it
the
for a
coaster
good like
nobody
10,
can see, yep.
15, 20 yards is probably it's just open. So if you go out there,
You're in
open because
no
everything
cover.
behind that is all of the scrapyard, is all of the broken down vehicles.
So there was a
where
decent
you
amount
could
of
really
area
hide.
of open
You needed to
area.
cover a good amount of area to get to this thing in the middle. So I remember I watched the first couple rounds, and eventually, like people would kind of gradually move up and then kind of throw the little smoke grenades or whatever.
Yeah, I had those,
And
yeah.
and get up into the structure because once you were there, it provided enough cover to
stay
now
there.
you're in the front. Now you're closer to the enemy. You have more area to see them and more cover. And whoever got in there seemed to kind of dominate the
For a
round
little while, yeah.
for a while. So I remember on the second round, I had a bunch of like the paint grenades, which if they
I was just
blow
gonna
up
say, you need a
right
paint
next
grenade.
to you, like
You
feel it. Like it's like a firework going off or small
Yeah.
explosive.
Really selling this for me, guys.
It was awesome.
So, so cool. So, I go, the big horn goes off, right, when the round starts.
Yep.
I go taking off, and I go running as fast as I can before anybody could even see the middle, because you have to start, like, way back.
Yeah.
Before anybody can even see the structure, and I go, like, down really low, and I'm laying, like, against the wall on this
Okay.
side. Now, remember, I said there's no roof. So, I'm on our side of that structure, right? So they start playing the game and they're shooting and everybody's going back and forth, and then slowly their team starts to get up into the structure again, and now like they occupy it. But I'm below the window, I'm below not next to the door, so unless
You just
they
throw a bunch of
unless
grenades in
they
there.
look out the
Yeah,
window
yeah.
and look down, there's no way they're going to see me.
Grenades.
So I wait until I hear like 10 of them inside of this little thing, and I had 2 of the
Grenades.
the grenades, and the pins kind of had like a little thing on them.
It's like a little
So
rope.
I clipped them both together and pulled them both and threw the 2 of them over the ceiling or the roof into the middle. And the amount of screaming and yelling that I heard was hilarious. It was so funny because they go flying over. And, you count like a couple Mississippi, and then you realize they see them, and they go, oh! And, like, screaming and yelling. And then, like 5 or 6 of them walk out with their hands up, and they're covered in paint. And I'm like, yes.
Success.
Awesome. It was so...
It is fun.
There's got to be.
You know the most
There's gotta
nerve-wracking
be-
one was they did where they made 2 teams of 25, and we had to go back to back and pace and
Oh.
turn and fire.
That's
that was
awesome.
old school like revolutionary
and you
war
kept
fighting.
going,
Oh my God.
and you don't you can only shoot one, and then it's another round. Only the survivors stay, and you keep going until there's only
That's
one
like
and one
old
left.
school
That's
Britain
that.
Revolutionary
It
War.
was terrifying.
I have to
It was
say,
terrifying.
there's
You're
got to
like,
be
"Shh,
a
damn it."
horror movie where, like, we get paintball, but somebody's not using a paintball gun. There's got to be some kind of horror movie or scary movie like that.
Maybe
That makes sense. It's
gotta
got to
be.
exist. If
It's
not,
gotta exist.
write it. Write
probably
the
an
script.
indie film,
Write the
probably.
script.
But I was saying before, there's a place out in Eastern Europe where you could
We're not going there.
drive. You get in like teams of say 3,
Okay.
and you pay to do it. And they rigged these decommissioned armored vehicles to have a like the gun is a giant paintball gun. It shoots paintballs that are like this big.
I do not want to get hit by
would-
that.
It would kill a human. But when you go in, they like lock the hatch. You're not allowed out of the vehicle. But you drive around, and it's paintball, but with like tanks. It's really cool. I mean, it is one of the coolest.
Tanks are shooting at each other.
Tanks
Only,
shooting at each
only,
other.
no civilian, like not outside of it.
But
Okay.
and I found it like on my feed years ago, and I actually got like a top comment on it because I was like, well, what if you stick your head out of the top to see and you get hit by one of those things? Like you're done, and it turns out there's like a whole like safety protocol. Like you're not allowed to, you can't even like open them like that and stick your head out.
That is awesome.
They were driving around, and it looked like, I mean, if you didn't see them actually shoot the paintballs, they looked like real tanks, man. Like they were huge. And you had a person that was a driver. You had a person that had to load
and then a
paintballs,
shooter.
and then a guy with like little binoculars out of the window.
That's way too realistic for me. I'm good.
Oh, that would be good. Could you imagine? That is
Well, the
Have you ever seen Fury?
yeah, dude. Of course, I've seen Fury.
literally
That's exactly
Fury.
what it would feel
The
like.
crazy thing is there are, you guys know this, no surprise, but there are paintball teams,
Yeah.
and they actually have like your sniper, you have your machine gunist, you have your your flank
Each have their role.
artist. They have full, high caliber gear, and they have earpieces. A lot of them, and they're in there making it
Airsoft,
happen.
from what I understand,
Does
gets
that?
a bit more into. I'm sure they have that for paintball.
But how do they know they got hit? They just have to be honest.
Yeah,
Because it leaves no mark.
Well,
Yeah, it doesn't
you're,
leave a
no,
mark,
you're
but
right,
if you
and
hit
there
'em-
are cheaters. There are a problem with that. A lot of it just goes on the honor system. There are people online though that I've watched.
I've
that
watched some.
have,
They're
like,
crazy
the
good.
camera
Yes.
set up with their scope, and
Oh,
like
so
they
good.
catch cheaters because they'll like hit some crazy shot, and then they'll just
And they
like,
won't raise it.
Yeah, they'll be like, because it's such like a crazy
and they start
shot. they're
yelling,
like, no
"We
way.
got you! We got you! Know
Yeah.
you got hit."
Yeah,
I've
but
seen
there
those.
were some guys that like take it super serious, and they'll dress in like they'll make their own ghillie suits and like really
those
camouflage
hide.
themselves. And there's ones where they'll have people walking right over them, and they don't even see them. And it's like, oh, that's funny.
I was
Like,
in partial camo last time I played. It was fun. I had my old hunting gear on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know that I don't know if that's like that, but that's something I would really like to try one day.
What?
Hunting.
Oh, you never
Really,
hunted before?
I never went hunting, but I think it would.
But you've gone
not
to
in
the range
sense-
before?
Oh yeah, I've shot
Yeah.
a lot of times, but not in the sense of like I want to go hunting for like I just want to go out and kill an animal. Like I want to actually learn like
The skill.
yeah.
Yeah.
The skill of like how do I utilize this entire animal
Yeah. For the
like my
opinion.
ancestors
I'm
did,
gonna
not
be-
waste anything. I'm gonna eat everything.
I
I'm gonna
always-
use
I
everything.
always
That's my
warned-
dad's world. He's fantastic.
I always
at it.
warned
And my
Kelsey.
boss, actually.
That's
He does
cool.
big game hunting, so he does like elk.
Yeah.
And he talks about like breaking it down and having like he has trucks and
You know
ATVs,
who
'cause
does
he
that?
can't bring it back.
Mr.
Oh
Bowen.
no.
You know the Bowens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Bowen's a big time hunter. He'll use every little last bit of the animal.
You got to.
I'm very much. I tell Kelsey if there's ever an apocalypse, I'm a gatherer. So I'll be gathering. I'll protect the homestead.
But there will be
but-
grass in the fridge.
Yeah.
Nuts and berries, folks. Nuts
always-
and berries.
I never had a desire to just, like I'm saying, like, somebody that's just like, oh, look, I killed this animal. I'm going to mount its head on. my
No,
wall."
me,
Like,
my father.
I
and
have no
he's
desire for that.
No.
I it's more so the art of like survival. And,
There's a
and,
company
you
that
know.
does your kids
That's cool.
old stuffed animals, and they make it into like a taxidermy head for your wall. I sent it to Kelsey on Instagram.
Don't do that.
I
The
said,
poor
I said,
kid.
no, you got to do it when they're much older, you know.
When they understand what's happening.
Avocado on the wall.
Yes.
No.
I remember
This little stuffed avocado.
I must have been 17. So yeah, 10 years
When you
ago.
killed your first stuffed animal.
Jake's brother.
You keep losing your head.
That's funny. I remember getting a call, like one evening from Jake Goldman, and he was like, "Hey, come over. My brother just shot a deer." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, no, we're breaking it down. Like he shot a deer." And I was like, "Okay." And I go driving over, and he went out hunting and got like a big buck, like humongous. And I remember it was the first time I ever saw that like up close.
It's an experience.
It like kind of it took me a second to get used to. I was like,
So,
whoa.
We used to do dove hunting, pheasant hunting, and then my uncle would do deer hunting pretty regularly.
Well, you're
and then
Italian.
don't forget my family comes from an island, so they're used to small game, right? They would raise rabbits to eat. So I think that was the weirdest thing for me when I was probably like 15 or so. I would help my dad clean because we would eat rabbit, but we would buy live rabbits and then
You know who used to do that?
Drain them, cut them, skin
You know,
them.
but you know who used to do
Clean
that?
them up,
Do the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing. So it wasn't like I felt very uncomfortable doing it, but then I'm like, I get it though, like the experience for it.
So you know who grew up doing that? Fred Aschenbach.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I
Alex
think you
did
said that. Yeah.
because Freehold was all rural.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
yeah. All
so
farm.
Freehold was
Oh,
not
yeah.
built up.
Cold
so
Snake, too. Yeah.
They would
All
set
those
traps.
areas.
They would hunt rabbits. They would sell the pelts. And
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like an old Western.
I mean, listen,
thing
we're
that he would
only
do, but
50
that's
years away
not-
from that
that's
reality.
It's not far off.
That's not fun. Like, that's how he grew up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
guys, I'm gonna kick this thing to comfort mode though, because it is. We've been
To
going
be
for
Wow,
continued.
that went by fast.
we've been
I
going
didn't
for a
even
couple an
realize.
hour
and a half.
and a half.
Ooh, longest podcast, maybe?
No,
No.
not yet. No.
We'll try again.
So
Yeah, we'll have to get that. Yeah.
If it was earlier, we could. If
it was earlier,
I
we'd
just,
still
I,
go, yeah.
I lose.
We'd
track
have to
of time
live
a
cast
little
this
bit.
one. If it was
unfortunately, I'm
earlier.
driving to DC tomorrow morning, so I gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a whole
Wrap
thing
this
going
thing
on.
up.
Yeah.
Well, just want to let everybody know we have really.
I like to do that for him because he yelled
tossing
at
the
you.
microphone back and forth.
No,
Then
I
when
did
go
it
back and listen
because
to it, all
I
hear is
did it
thump, thump,
because
thump,
Nick
thump.
did it.
Stop it.
And you yelled at Nick, so once you yell at Nick, I have to do it too.
Left, everybody. Left and right.
Guys, these poor audio feed listeners. I apologize to the audio listeners for the amount of just like boom.
Does this upset the audio?
That's fine. It's just throwing it back and forth.
Dance club.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey everybody, so once again we had some technical difficulties. My iPhone ran out of memory storage and it cut us off right before I began the outro. So we're gonna have to do the outro this way. Just wanted to let everybody know a couple of announcements. First one, we have released a blooper reel for our Scream Crocs Edition Halloween skit that we released last year. That is out now on our YouTube. Go watch it, enjoy it, laugh at us blundering through Dave hitting me in the face with Crocs. Anyways, watch that now. And I also wanted to let everybody know that we are going to be releasing another Halloween skit this Friday, the 31st. And if you want a little tease of it, then you need to watch all the way through to the end of that blooper reel that we released. So, but anyways, into the outro. All by myself. I feel so alone. Well, if you have not already, please make sure you follow us on Instagram and on TikTok at Kickin and Crocs, KICKIN.in.Crocs. This is usually the part where Dave says CROCS and Nick goes the best. And then I say, subscribe to us on YouTube to watch the video versions of this podcast and to comment down below on any of the opinions that you had we had talked about today. Comment below your favorite Halloween costume that you had. Comment below your favorite thing to do on Halloween, your favorite Halloween movies. Comments, please. And if you're listening on audio only, all right, here's my best Nick impression. If as many stars as you can, put as many stars as you can in the comments. But, at least 5 stars. And then share with all your friends. Put us on speakers, listen to us in the shower, and yada, yada, yada. Whatever else that he says at the end. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. We really appreciate all of you. And until next time, I've been Steve. That one guy was Dave. I think he's still Dave. And the other guy is still Nick. And our guest today was the one and only Mike Shannon. What else do we say? Oh, yeah. I have to say, if you ain't crockin', you ain't rockin'. And then Dave says, I love you from the bottom of my Crocs. And then Nick says, Buonanotte a tutti. I'm not doing Dave's weird Italian line. Anyways, you stay kicking, internet. Thank you, guys.
Interesting people while styling while we run. It's Kickin in Crocs. We're Kickin in Crocs.